Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, right.
All right, there we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your big brother Mac, live for episode 5 of Max Blind Podcast with my co-host D Monkey, my boy David.
Yo,
Today we have a
yo.
very, very special guest. Y'all have seen him in the comments. Y'all have heard him in the tracks. It's the one and only Casual Pharaoh, my boy Josh. Welcome to Max Mind, brother.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Chilling, chilling,
Bro,
chilling.
big shout out to the music. Big shout outs to everything. It's it's a huge fan. Just I found myself yesterday. I was telling you a little bit earlier. I found myself yesterday jamming out to Super Mario, and you.
Shit
I
hit.
remember
Y'all and
when brother
Blitz, you
over
and
here
Blitz killed
mentioned
it.
about the Smash Brothers. He was like Super Mario, I'll hold you up. So I looked out for that
We're gonna
song, and I've
play
been
that.
jamming out to it. I was like, yo, it's not for lie. Like now, I want to play some Smash Brothers.
We're gonna,
I'm
we're gonna.
telling you, I'm telling you.
I,
Hey, I
I
appreciate that, man. All the love.
Absolutely.
Of
Hey,
course, of
Josh, so
course.
check it out, brother. So, as everybody knows, me and Casual Pharaoh, we just make hit after hit after hit. He's helped me raise the bar on everything that I work through with my music and everything that I do, and I absolutely love the motivation. Just a super solid person, Josh. You're a super solid person. And
Hey, thank you, man. You as
there
well.
there needs to be more people out there that like, look, y'all, like life is short. You got to just keep your friends close no matter what. Don't let your BS in between, the ears, pry each other. I've been seeing a lot of people losing friends over recent activities. We just won't discuss all that today, but at all. But just it's in its own way. People are losing friends over stuff right now, and I just personally, this week my thought for this topic was going to be about friendship. You know what I mean? It's going to be what is the value of friendship? What does it mean to be a friend? What does it mean to be a good friend? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Those have been heavy on my mind recently. Josh,
Yeah.
since you're casual, since you're the guest on here, man, tell me what is friendship to you, brother? Talk to us about what friendship means to you.
Well, honestly, man, friendship to me is like it's it's a bond that's formed over trust and like a general feeling of like compatibility with a person. Like if you're around somebody and you're just not loving the vibe, you just don't click. Whatever that happens. But if you find somebody you're like, I fuck with this person pretty heavy. I
Yeah,
mean, and my bad on the language on that, but like
you're
I
good.
mess
You're
with
good.
this person really heavy and I like them, and then over time, opportunities are provided by life for both parties to prove basically like their loyalty
Yep.
and their trust and their character. So if you prove on those levels, like those things with me, it's all about loyalty. It really is like the most important thing to me. I'll always have somebody's back until they, prove they deserve otherwise. Like,
Absolutely.
and I
Yeah.
give people the benefit of the doubt on that. Like, I'll always have your back. I'm not going to talk any shit. I'm not going to do anything bad. And if I do something that seems like, oh, he's calling me out on something, yeah, that means I care about you.
Yeah.
Like, I
Why
have
would you
very few
care to
friends
waste? Yeah.
because
No.
I call people out on things and I just say things honestly. But with that being said, I think if we were all just more honest with each other, I think we'd be a lot less combative with one another. I think if it was just like, all right, bro, I don't agree with what you're saying.
Right.
We can agree to disagree, and I'm
Right.
gonna go my way, you go your way. But like people that
Absolutely.
try and get in these situations where they test the metal of friendship over and over, where it's like, it just doesn't turn out. It shows a lack of loyalty and a lack of character. So to me, friendship is all about like family, loyalty, and trust. Like if you're my friend, you got a seat at my table. You can eat my food out of my fridge. I've got you. You need a shirt? I'll take you the one off my back. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the second, then if somebody doesn't, then you're done. I got no time for it. So But that's
Agreed,
what I'm saying.
dude.
Like your character, you're a great person. Like even really, like I said earlier before we got on live, like it's not about even if the music stopped, even if we quit making songs together or doing albums, anything like that,
Yeah.
we would still be friends. Like you're like you're my brother. So it's that's what it means to me.
Yeah. No,
Yo, so
dude. Yeah.
let me ask
Go
both of you
ahead.
guys a question. Let me ask both of you
Okay.
guys a question. And this is a question
Yeah.
for the general, like whoever listens, whoever views in, tops in. I hope they come back to this. What would y'all threshold line be between like, all right, let's say like you meet somebody new, right?
Right.
And what would that moment becomes where you pass that threshold where like they're acquaintance, friends, to where it's like, all right, you know, they got my loyalty, I'm a rock with them.
All right, let me put. I immediately it came to me because these from where I grew up in Hawaii, where I didn't have a lot of friends, into the military, where I thought I had friends, and then became homeless, and then also saw I didn't really have friends. I come from a long line of not really having friends, and it's taught me a lot about the type of people I want to be around me, because it used to be I wanted everybody to be around me. But then there's like a different level where you meet an acquaintance, right? Your acquaintance is somebody that's like, oh yeah, I know you. Oh yeah, I remember him, or I remember what you know that. That's an
Yeah, like the
acquaintance.
high
Or
and by type of
yeah,
people.
yeah. Hey, what's up? Yeah, dap you up. We did in the military all the time too. You know what I mean? Same in jail and places like that. Like it's just like you
Yeah.
know their existence, you see them around, but that doesn't make them your friend. That level from acquaintance to friendship, the how you develop that, in my personal opinion, is be yourself. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to be themselves, or their true colors show. But for me personally, like to go from being just an acquaintance to a friend, I gotta have like a level of relatability with you. You know what I mean? I gotta be able to like vibe with you. It's,
Yeah.
it's gotta
Like
it's gotta not feel forced. It's gotta feel like just natural. And the older you get, which really sucks, because like now I'm getting I'm nicer, because I didn't always used to be nice, but now I'm nicer and I'm older, which means I don't really want a lot of friends anymore. You know what I mean? I just like I have my
yeah,
select
like
circle of
I got
people. Yeah,
it's back to
yeah,
MySpace days. I got my top eight, my top
yeah.
10.
Oh, that caused wars. That caused wars. That's what
Oh
social
my
media should have been
gosh.
cut off immediately at that point. What about you,
Yeah.
Josh?
I mean, for me, it's like I said earlier, it really is like there has to be a natural affinity with the other person. If
Yep.
that's not there, it's like with any relationship in the world. If there's no affinity there with the other person, there's no like real grounds for having any kind of relationship at all. Like you just don't need to be in the same realm. That's fine. Like I wish no ill will on you, but like I'm
Right.
good. You know, like
Yeah.
and like Matt said earlier,
Sometimes
like
like you got your lane, I got my lane, keep it a bug. We
Frequencies are
we parallel,
different.
but we not crossing.
Yeah, like the frequencies are
yeah,
different too.
yeah. And like Max said earlier, the older that you get, it really is like I'll even say it now. Like my circle is very small because I'm brutally honest, and a lot of people don't like that. And I don't go out of my way to talk
Yeah,
shit
no,
on people, but
I've
if
come to
somebody's
that
doing something that's
But
fucked
realization
you're
up,
as
brutally
well.
honest. Yeah, people need to
but
hear
I
it.
am. I'm brutally honest, and I just want people to know like it's because it's out of love. It's not
Right.
out of anything like that. But the older you get, the smaller your circle is going to get anyway. And then on top of that,
Yeah,
I find that even with my limited circle of friends that really are my homies that I have mad love for, I literally don't have time to interact with the people that I live with, let alone everyone in the circle most of the time. So like,
Right.
it just becomes this thing as life goes on that whether it's you're running a business, you're working a full time job, whatever it is, it can really take your ability to have social interactions with other people to a bare minimum. Where it's like, if I send you a message, that should mean a lot because I don't have time to be sending
Yeah.
anyone messages. Like,
Facts. Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So my last job, and
Good point, Josh.
I second that. I second that with the working too much because I'm a natural class workaholic, bro.
Yeah, you
I
are.
keep it a stack.
No, hold
But
on real
like,
so real quick, David. Yeah, yo, Josh. When I met David, like me and him, we met like after the military in like the homeless drug addiction phase. So me and him were like, but this dude still held a job, bro. Like this dude wasn't like other people that did drugs. He was out there like
I was a
getting
very
it. Well,
functional
you were,
addict.
and he was going to work every day. Like this dude was like normal as hell and like just
you're
always on it. But anyway, go
Normal
ahead.
as
I
hell.
didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But like I just
No, no,
when you
you're
said you
good.
boys
You're good.
were, yeah,
Yo,
you
they
have
used
so
to
been.
call
he
they
was
used to call
Charlie
me a
from Train
narc.
Spotting.
They used to call me all types of weird, like, bro, there's no way you can do this amount of substance and do what you do, and then you're gonna go to work for 12, 15 hours and then come back to it again and then go back tomorrow the next day with no sleep and all that. I was like, yeah, I'll do it for a week straight, bitch.
See,
Watch me.
6 days or 24 hours. That's the longest 24 hours in the world right there. Anyway, go ahead,
Bro,
David.
I would go like 110, 115. I calculated too. My average was 112 hours of being awake before I would get any type of sleep, and it was so miserable. It
So
was so
happy,
miserable.
so happy we're away from all that, man. It's
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
it's huge. Anybody out there who's fighting addiction, whatever kind of addiction it is, man. Like if you know me, you know that
Casual, I
one
got
thing
a question for you, brother.
one thing I stand on real quick. One thing I stand on is that every day that you decide that you do not want to use again, whether it's like drugs, alcohol, whatever your addiction is. If you wake up and you realize today's the day you didn't do it, and you just keep doing that, like I'm proud of you. Just keep it up. So if you're out there and you're fighting that battle, keep fighting that
Perfect.
battle. Go ahead, David.
Casual.
Was good.
What drives your poeticness? Like what made you want to start bringing out your poeticness?
So um, I don't know if you can hear my dogs going
Oh
crazy
yeah,
in the
I
background
get
right
that.
now,
Oh
but people
yeah.
started
They're
shooting off
going
fireworks
wild.
outside, so they're not happy about it. I
All
do apologize for that, but
It's
um,
all good.
my drive and my like what kind of gravitated me toward poetry in general, because that's where my musical journey started, was um, at the youngest years, it was just listening to my mom sing. She's a insanely good singer. She never did anything with that. She ended up having multiple throat surgeries, so it affected her ability to hit her full vocal range. But um, she had a very, very great vocal talent. She liked to sing. She liked to do it in public. She didn't care, you know. So I was around that, and that made me kind of fall in love with just being open and being like not
Vocal,
afraid to speak in public.
like
Yeah, like
vocal, yeah.
just being vocal and just being, you know, unabashedly me and wherever I was. So that kind of triggered it. But then poetry is actually what started my drive to get directly into what ended up being, you know, a career in music, but with hip hop being the primary. Like hip hop and rap is primarily what I do. But like I say to most people, like I'm an artist. I do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, if I put a song out where I sing the whole song in like a C, deal with it, like it or don't like it. It doesn't matter. I'm
You're
gonna
an
make what I
artist.
want to make, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be about the expression of some form of truth that is mine. You know, and
Exactly.
Oh,
when it
but
comes
with
to
that being
music,
said, and I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you
no, go
off.
ahead.
Just just to get more of a clarification on what you're saying.
Hmm.
Would you consider it a passion or a career? Because I like,
Well,
and this is for Mac. This is for Mac too. Like, I hear, like I hear how you speak now. I'm hearing the way you guys talk, and I hear how you guys talk when you're in your poeticness, when your poetry's coming out at the fullest, when you're hitting the mic and everything, and you guys throw out passion. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I asked that.
absolutely.
Like you
There's no other
said it
way.
was like your career in music, but I see passion. I hear passion. Like I
Yeah. So
hear it's more than just you're trying to go for a bag with something you can lyrically make rhyme on a paper, or
right.
like you
Right.
have an
Have these
image that
assets out
society
there,
would
yeah.
consider you as, oh, you should do this, you should do that, and yeah,
Yeah.
you stick to your own image. And this goes with what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. What feels right is what you guys put passionately out and provide out to society. And big
Yeah.
ups to you guys for what you do, for real, for real. Big ups to you guys.
Absolutely.
I just,
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
hear
So
that,
for
and
me,
I wanted to throw that out there. Like, is it a passion or is it like a
Right. You
career?
go ahead, Josh.
so yeah. So is it a passion or is it a career? That's a great question, because I think if it was just a career, I mean, to answer your question, you have to have passion in anything that you do. If you set out in life and you do any job, but it is your career, that's not a job anymore. That's your career. That means you're trying to advance in what you're doing.
Yep.
You're trying to be successful at what you're doing. That's the differentiation between a career and a job. You can have a
Yep.
job and know this is just a means to an end to reach getting a career or reach a dream. But
Absolutely.
at the end
It's
of the
not
day, a dream
temporary.
is just a dream. It's not tangible. You can't touch it. So I don't have a dream. I have a drive. And in my drive, yeah, I have passion. If it was about a bag, I'd have quit a long time ago. A long time ago. I've been doing this for, my entire life, and if it was about a bag, yeah, I'd have quit a long time ago. But it's just now that I've started to get to make any kind of real push in social media, any real push anywhere, and now my music's being heard, and people
Mhm.
are telling me what they think about it. So it is a career and it's a passion, because the two have to be seamlessly one. If I'm serious about this, if you want the best music from me artistically, it's not. It's, in my opinion, for me, for who I am, because I'm sure it's different for everybody. But for me, it has to be a career for it to be the pressure required to keep me focused, to keep the drive alive, because I haven't reached any of the goals that I set out to reach in the top scale of this career I set forth
Right.
as this path. But it's always a passion. Like I've told everyone, if I never make a dime, if I never go big, if I never whatever terms people want to put on quote unquote fame, which I don't care about, but people want to try and say if that's a measurement of success. If I never reach that success, I'll keep doing it until I can't do it anymore.
Yep.
I don't care if I'm geriatric. I'm going to keep making music until I can't make music anymore. The
Facts.
day my
Same for
brain
me.
stops working is the day I hang it up, not the day that some magical number is put forth that says, hey, you can or can't keep making music because we perceive you to be too old. Sit down,
That's
Unc. No,
that's it. That's
absolutely
it.
not.
That's it.
That I
Literally.
get
I'll
that.
do it until the day I
Literally.
die, and I'll keep out spitting everyone. I don't give a
That's
shit. That's how we
that's
do it
real.
because you
That's
have to
real.
have that drive. If you don't, that passion's not there, then it doesn't go. Now, it doesn't have to be a career for everyone, but for me personally, it is my career. It is my main drive, my main passion. I own and operate with my wonderful wife, Kylie, a record label, the High Council Records, and it is a career. I mean, it costs money to do what we do. You can't just do it for free. And people are going to say, oh, well, you can basically do it for free. No, you have to invest a certain amount, even if you're trying to do it at home. And if you're trying to
Yeah.
do it at
Yeah.
home and you're trying to do it,
It's an
you're not really
investment.
trying to do it.
It's an
You, you,
investment.
you, you need schooling if you're trying to do it at home. You need the proper equipment, which is very expensive to do it at home. Or you go to a studio. The studio fees are exorbitant. You can't be taking food out of your family and friends' mouths, because you want to pursue something that's never going to pan out. So
Right.
I do
Yeah.
still have the
And
belief and the
free don't put
determination
the
that I'm
money
going to
on
make it,
food on the
but
table.
it does. It's not the main. Money's not the main drive. But I'm always going to keep pushing to quote unquote make it because that's it's
Yep.
what keeps the dream alive. Also, just the honesty in the poetry.
Yeah.
Being able to
Yeah,
express truth to
and
That's
I
passion.
it.
tell I
So,
tell my brother
so
all
yeah,
the time.
Max.
I tell my brother all the time the fact that you guys have people listening to your music. You guys have saved lives more than you realize,
I've
more
been
than you
told that.
know.
I've been told
So
that a couple of times.
in my eyes, like I feel like that is a that is the if it's not a spark to the fire, let it allow it to be a light to the end of the tunnel to where you guys have made it. You guys
Right.
have
Yeah,
reached that level of
always.
success to where your music is doing what you're wanting for it to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
Exactly.
it's reaching out. And I'm pretty sure if you check and both of you guys check on your Spotify's or any of your platforms, your music is being heard from across the country,
Across the
especially here in
world,
the East
even.
Coast. Because I know
Across the
I've put
world.
in quite a few people onto both of your music, and they've both given
much
me
appreciated.
positive
Yes.
feedback. Like it allows them to think, allows them to expand the horizon. A casual, I know you got some more animated songs, and it allows them to get into a groove to where it's ha functional. You know what I'm saying? We could be adults, but still have a kid
You
way.
gotta pull out a dictionary when you listen to his music. If I'm gonna be honest, if you hear his words, you need to pull out
Yeah,
dictionaries most of the time.
yeah.
That's what a
Webster don't
real
got nothing
wordsmith.
on
That's
casual.
that's what a real wordsmith is. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's what I kind of wanted to jump into is saying, yeah, it circles back to like who you surround yourself with friends and stuff like that. I only want to surround myself around people that don't just challenge me to be better, but believe in me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I need people to believe in me because I don't. But if you're gonna be considered my friend or part of my circle, I would want you to believe in me because I believe in you, and you both
Yeah,
know that as a fact. You both know me on
oh,
different levels, but
absolutely.
you both know
Yeah,
I just want to see the good in people and in the world. And so when it comes down to the music with passion and dream, my dream came because of my passion. Believe it or not, it wasn't the other way around. I didn't chase the dream because of the passion. I found the dream with the passion because for most of my life I never really knew where I fit in type stuff. You know what I mean? Like from Hawaii, where I didn't really have a lot of friends, like we talked about, and then being in the military, and no, there's some people I still talk to outside of there, but not a whole lot. But then the true test to my strength was when I was homeless and I didn't have anybody. You know what I mean? There was select few people, and then some people, David, like meeting you, like people like that, like, and then you endure hardships. You know what I mean? And you endure times where it's not always okay, but the ones who are truly there and don't run away and don't judge you or talk on you behind you, or if they protect your name in the room is big, right? Those are the
Yeah,
people that you want. Um, those are the people that you want in your circle, and even if those are only two people, those are the best two people in the world, right? So that's the way that I viewed it. And with me chasing this dream, at first I wanted it to be something that everybody loved, but I didn't like it at first, to be honest. I was like, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like where I want it. You know what I mean? It felt like I was like, I just dipped my toe in the water with Save Me Someday. And after my first album, DOA, and then within that same year, Back to the Attic, I felt a drive inside of me, and I didn't really care to make money on this stuff because if you know, ask Josh, every single show I ever performed at, I usually just bought the tickets outright and handed them to people because I didn't want money to be the reason you couldn't come and see me. And I didn't really care about getting paid at the time because it was a passion, right? So I would love for it to one day obviously pay the paychecks because, I turned my passion into a reality, but I would never sacrifice who I am or the people that I love for it or change who I am, for that money.
Oh, absolutely. I fully agree with that sentiment. Fully. Yeah. Because I would never, like I said, if it was about the money, then I'd have quit a long time ago.
Yep.
It's just a perspective on, the different views of how people approach their drive toward their love of something. Because it really is like, you find something, you fall in love with it, but then people push you like, hey, oh, you're really good. You should do this. That wasn't my case. I just fell in love with it and started doing it on my own with no thought about, I was just plying the craft,
Right.
and developing that skill. And so as the skill developed, the love and the passion grew with it, and it started as a blazing inferno. And to this day, I don't know what it would be at this point, a black hole. It's something that I think will always drive us to be the best versions of ourselves. Because in my music, I see the reflection of, oh, well, I just in like writing this verse for this song was able to just kind of work out some internal monologue in my head that I've been debating about, perception of self or self-worth or self-doubt or anything like that. And music is, as we both know, and Mac will say this a million times as well, because we both say it a lot, but music for a lot of people, and for me especially, it's therapy,
Really
it's a passion, it's a career, it's a dream, it's everything, but it's therapy. Like, I think everyone, especially the successful ones, excluding Nepo babies, but we don't need to talk about them. But all of them that are true artists and truly passionate about making music, especially the successful ones, they have something in their life that music fixed. They have something in their life, some void that was filled by music. So, and for me, that was everything. Music filled that void just listening to it before I became, completely embroiled. I always wanted to have a band. Even before I started doing poetry heavy, I always wanted to have a band.
Yeah.
Came up with a bunch of band things, started learning instruments. But then I started doing poetry at a very young age. I always loved writing and rhyme. I've written several novels. I haven't published any of them because, that's just how that goes. But that was my original, real goal. As a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist, but that's just, you get obsessed with dinosaurs.
Same here. Yeah, dude.
So, but then from there, it was like, poetry kind of found its way in, and then blending poetry with music. I actually have, we can go into it later because I know we have segments you want to get into for some great, I love this next part coming up. But I have to give big shout outs to a guy by the name Big J. Big J was the dude who got me into rap and hip hop and told me that I could do it because he heard me reading one of my poems out loud that I just won an award for. I got this big silver bowl with my poem engraved on it from Public Society, and
cool,
it was dope. Yeah, I was 10 at the time, and I really enjoyed that. Man. Like, I was reading it, and he said you could spit that. And when we met on the bus, he was like, "I'm a rapper," and we were all like, "Okay, this is Pillager." And I had always listened to rap. I was born on the West Coast. It was always been a part of my life, but it wasn't something that I ever was thinking like, I'm gonna do this, because I was a kid. I fell in love with this as a kid, and it stayed with me my whole life. I was 11 when I decided this is what I'm gonna do with my life, and it might be young for some people to think, but for me, I just knew. I was like, oh, but I beatboxed for him. I was the only one on the bus who could hold a tempo. So he's like, somebody beatbox for me, and I was like, I've beatboxed before, so I beatboxed for him, and he rapped. And then one day, like 2-3 weeks into us doing this every day on the bus, because it was an entertaining thing for all the kids. They'd all gather around, all of us kids, and I'd be beatboxing, he'd be rapping, and he was really good at freestyling and shit. And so all that would happen, and then I would be like, okay, cool. And one day he just goes, all right, now you go, and he starts beatboxing, and he's going and everything, and I'm like, and so I start trying to just rhyme words together and do a thing, and it was, I didn't really stumble much, I didn't really mess it, and it was like, and he went, that was really clean. He's like, that was off the top. That wasn't like a poem. And I was like, we're
it's
freestyling.
natural. It was
And then he
natural.
said, you could do this, bro. And then from there, he's kind of started like pushing me to do certain things. A little bit of trivia for everybody. My original rap name that was given to me by him was Signature. That was my original rap name
Why
from
is
the
that
time I
hard,
was
though?
11 years old.
Why is
Yeah,
that hard,
Signature.
though, dude? Why is that hard?
Because he
though?
said my style was so signature and that a signature is required on every piece of art. And so everything that, if everything you make is art, it
Wow.
requires a signature.
That's
So that was my
Okay, yo,
original
that's
rap name.
dynamic. That's
That's huge.
dynamic.
I
I like
love
that.
that.
And I bring it
love
up because I
that.
have a song that I'm coming out with soon here that I'm working on called Signature that's in reference to that whole thing. And like, so, but yeah, that's just a little side on shout out to Big J because without Big J, I would probably be, honestly, I'd probably be in the biotechnology division over in St. Paul and making like 6 figures a year. But thank you, Big J, for deterring me from taking a wonderful, wonderful government deal. I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, not all superheroes wear capes, bro. They beatbox on the bus with you when you're 10 years old. Real
That's
talk,
facts.
though.
That's facts.
Isn't that just crazy though? Like, so Josh, like I think you might have told me that story once, and I think that it's just really cool that is like that's where you started, because we all, like, as artists, and one thing I didn't think about this beforehand because I wasn't an artist until I was in my 30s, but like when I think back, I'm just like, it's so crazy to think that that these situations that you're in life like leads you up to like where you make a decision, and that decision could be the rest of your life, and it could be. And I've always had a love for music myself, and like I tried to sing. I would everybody knew the 8 Mile track on from Lose Yourself, that beat. I found that raw beat on LimeWire back in the day, and I would just sit there and we'd all sit in the garage and like drink my dad's beers and just like, and 16 years old, all just like beatbox, or not beatbox, but just like freestyling over that. You know what I mean? Freestyling over that 8 Mile loop, and it was pretty cool. But I never really.
So can you check that?
And then when I was,
I'm just gonna throw it out there. There's gonna be one person that's gonna view this, and they're gonna have that one question and be like, "What's LimeWire?"
right.
Hey, and what I'll say for everyone's edification, we just won't talk about the fact. Like, I want to state on the record that nobody in this chat, in this world, regardless of what was just said, in perpetuity, has ever used LimeWire or ever would use LimeWire. That's all I'm going to say about it. And then that's what LimeWire is, everybody.
That's what LimeWire is. Don't ask about it. It didn't exist. Nobody here used LimeWire. Nobody used it. Otherwise, a lot of people will be doing time in the federal penitentiary over there.
Yeah, none of us did that. So, like I said, in perpetuity, none of us ever used it. Even if later I say I downloaded something from LimeWire, I didn't actually do that. In perpetuity, I would like it known for the record that none of us ever have or will use LimeWire. But that's what LimeWire is.
That download was canceled, by the way. As soon as that, I don't know how the download button got hit, but somebody hit cancel and it got canceled. So, and then it's funny, like you said, David, there's gonna be people watching going, What's LimeWire? Exactly. What is LimeWire? Yeah. Oh, good.
There's this website called Google you can go to, and it will tell you a beautiful and storied history of LimeWire. You'll love it. You'll love that.
You can actually I think if you go to somewhere in Colorado, isn't there like a nostalgic museum somewhere in Denver, like where you can go back in time, where they have like blockbusters in there and like stuff like that. There should be a museum. I can't remember what it's called in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, where you can go there, and I think they have like a LimeWire poster. To be honest, I think they do.
I should know that, but
if they got that, they gotta have where it originated from, because didn't it originate off of FrostWire?
No, I think LimeWire was first. I think FrostWire. Was a sister thing. What do you know about that, Josh? What was first, LimeWire or SnowWire? I think LimeWire was.
I actually can't remember. FrostWire. I can't remember on that one actually, because I never used either of them.
Me neither.
But if I had some kind of familiarity with both of them, I would say that I didn't know exactly which one came first in that timeline. But I'm sure again
they had the same symbol. They had the same symbol. One was just lime green, the other one was just white snow. Literally, I don't know why they changed the name. Like Casual says, we never used it. Don't know nothing about it.
None
Google
of us
knows
have
more
ever used
information
it.
on it.
Right.
I don't even know what it is. I mean, I see pictures of it, but I don't know what it is.
But we're from that era.
Oh yeah,
Error.
error. Yeah, error, not era. Error. We're from that error. No, I actually feel like I actually
Yeah,
feel like that I actually feel like we're the last generation of '90s. Like '90s, we're the last ones, and some of early 2000s that aren't complete. Like, you know.
There.
You know,
there. We'll just say there.
We remember going home when the light went on in the street and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Now we've got
I had a time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
When
we
the
all,
lights
we all
turned on,
walked
I had
uphill
50
both
minutes to
ways
get home.
to and from school.
Yeah. Like it was a punishment to be inside, and it was a great day when you got to be outside. And like nowadays, it's backwards. You know what I mean? Now it's completely backwards. It's like get outside and go make friends. Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Hey, real quick, I want to make a little bit of an announcement before. Actually, I'll make an announcement after this. David, you were asking me to play this because you were listening to this at work, and I'm going to run it right now. You know exactly what song I'm going to play real quick, and then I want to play Super Mario afterwards because I just want to get. I want us to rock that.
Hey, while you're doing that, my devices are all dying. Terrible preparation on my part, but I did just get off work, so I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that out, a little scapegoat. But so I'm gonna go grab a charger,
You do that.
and I'm gonna grab the other microphone because that other one just died. So I'm sure you guys can tell the difference in the audio right now.
It does. It sounds better. It sounds better without that.
Oh well, then I'll just leave. I'll just get the charger then. But anyway, play those tracks. I'll be right back.
I got you. All right, let's go. This is the basement off of the Lost Poets.
Very favorite
Mack
track.
and Casual Pharaoh.
Check it out. In the basement, I've been chasing a dream, searching for a placement to make the greatest statement and making a reach to plant a seed to a hand in need to the brand. Indeed, I'm here to stay. I made it through them nights. I believed I wouldn't see them better days. Here we come, caught in the middle. I'm no Malcolm, about to show them where we head. I'm investing in the best poet to write the poem. The poet's yeah. When you take your seat, every track's about the way I'm bouncing back. All the times I felt under attack, the lesson learned I had to grasp. I got no shame, no, I don't play the best of days. For the rest of pain, to say the least about my hatred came from when I was left in the basement. Walked in the basement, stuck in a maze to embrace this phase. I live in the moment, starting to show the poet. It shows the remorse, so grab the oar and the floor. Head to the boat, we gotta get going. It's set in motion, it's not too late. You see the door, now take the stage and make it great. It's showing where we going. If you don't, well, now you know. Casual Pharaoh gonna help me kill this beat so we can own it. We can own it. To the bone, we real as God. Start a war, we'll drop them off. Drop no mainstream on my playlist, only bumping this and this. But now I gotta show it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the land of the lost.
And I'm the lost poet.
Escaping from the basement, retracing steps I'm taking. The leaps and bounds I'm making. No way I'm gonna cave in. No way I'm gonna give up. No way I'm gonna sit down. No matter what, we're made for more. We're made to make a better world.
I hear the ravens tell me con more. I settle scores with metaphors. I drop on them. They're meteors from outer space. Entrenched in battle like the god of war. I'm out of sorts. The kind of wars I'm waging are with self-loathing
and hate.
Hear my competitors espousing that they're better formed than metamorphosis formed into evolution that's taking place. Withstood the agony and weathered storms. I'm better for all the pain I've lived through. It made me who I am today. An animal savage, I mangle and ravage. Untamable anger, I'm aiming to damage. I've been through the depths, always claiming advantage. A masterful poet, professing my passion. I've been through the lessons, this pain everlasting. Been buried in basements, hoping for passing, but it's fist to the ground when I set it off. I gotta raise from the grave with a better plot. See the trash, clean it up, make it a better spot. Make it a better world for you curled up, they send you off. Make it the most of the time that you find, hoping to better stuff. FIFO, fun with the fight, witnessing giants walk. Trying's harder, denying, applying hopes for the dying. A major mask for the mighty, but Mack and Pharaoh are writing, and we're escaping.
From the basement, retracing steps I'm taking. The leaps and bounds I'm making. No way I'm gonna cave in. No way I'm gonna give up. No way I'm gonna sit down. No matter what, we're made for more. We're made to make a better world. Escaping from the basement, retracing steps I'm taking. The leaps and bounds I'm making. No way I'm gonna cave in. No way I'm gonna give up. No way I'm gonna sit down. No matter what, we're made for more. We're made to make a better world.
We're made to make a better world, man. We are made,
we're made to make a better world. We're made to make a better world.
Hey David, go ahead. I want to hear. So why do you like this song? Because you told me this song was stuck in your head, so I wanted to play that for you.
It was, bro, because like that song. If anyone feels from that song the way I feel from it, then shout outs because you guys know the motivation I'm speaking about when it's just like with the way it starts, how you just your fast tempo, your motivational, like your words, you're going into it is dynamic because it makes me want to just get up and go, bro. Like regardless, even if I'm at work or like wherever, like just now, like just wanted to get up and do something,
Yeah.
like a form of like letting out your passion.
Right.
And then when casual gets in, it's more like direct, like the
Right.
more like you pinpoint where you want to put that channel of that energy, and it's just you want to go attack it. And it brings up a very interesting question for casual. Like what was really two questions. One of them is kind of like a sidebar question off of one of your lyrics that it's been coming out more, and uh Mac has said that you kind of like came up with this, so there's definitely a you question. But it's like uh where does drive come with here to stay for you? Like when you say I'm here to stay, where does your drive come from it?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, man. Here to Stay was like it was like Mac was doing his thing with Here to Stay. It was always Mac's thing, but one day we had these beats and we were planning on making some songs with them. And he's like, I got these two. I want you like you get on it, whatever. If you come up with something, let me know. And when I wrote the hook
And
for
that
Here
was
to
it.
Stay,
And that was it. Yeah, that was it. That's all I
yeah,
told him.
I was like, hey, I think you're really gonna like what I came up with. Check this out.
He even
I
asked
kind of
permission.
showed
He's
him.
like, "Do you mind that I used your movement in this? Do you mind?" And I was like, "Dude, yeah, let's hear it."
No,
So
because
go ahead,
like it
Josh.
was
Yeah,
your song, so
yeah.
I was like, I'm sure it'd be fine with the whole thing on that. But like when it comes to that, I was saying with because I remember that what I was saying with that was it's do you want me to be the first person to write a Here to Stay like
Yeah,
song hook?
yeah. That's what
Because
it was.
it's
That's what it was.
that was my thing. Because I was like,
That's what it was.
if you want to make one first, put it out and we can come back to this one, we'll be good. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
yeah, I was
Love,
keeping a
if you
buck with
really think
everybody.
about
You gotta
it,
be
you just
respectful.
showing love and respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
There's
exactly.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just being respectful. You know, you don't want to
Absolutely,
step on
absolutely.
someone's toes. I'm not
And
going to
you
go out
killed
there
it.
and start
You
selling Here
killed
to
it.
Stay T-shirts and shit. I'm part of the movement. You know, like
Yeah.
me and Mac,
Right.
we I would say pretty strongly, Mac and I spearhead this movement. You know,
We do.
Mac is it's
100%.
his movement, but I'm here to hit his shit up too because I got my own shit
Co-
going on
you're
as well. You know,
you're
it's not
co-pilot.
we're separate entities, but when it comes to Here to Stay, I'm definitely down to ride for the cause because like what he said with Here to Stay, it's about longevity in the craft and it's about making music that actually has a purpose, which has always been my gripe with shit. Like I'm not that guy
Right.
who's like anyone in the world should make music. Like no, there are people in this world who need to make music. There are people in this world who can make music. There are people in this
Yeah.
world who should make music. Then there's
I
a
love
whole
that.
category of definitely shouldn't be in the space. Absolutely shouldn't be trying to do this. I'm not trying to sit here and be like I'm hating on anybody, but it's an insanely oversaturated market, and what half of the oversaturation is just copycats. And
Yeah.
I've said
They
it
don't
in
Yeah.
the
songs with
ghostwriters.
Mac. I
Yeah.
mean, I have been copied so many times by so many people because I originate flows. I come up with my own patterns that I've never heard before. And sometimes I'll go hear someone else that's done it. And it's like, okay, I guess great minds think alike because I'd never heard that. But for the most part, I come up with original flows. I do my own thing and people hear it and they copycat. And am I going to sit there and be like, y'all biting, y'all do? No, do your thing. People stand on the shoulders of giants. That's how it works. We all stood on the shoulders of giants to get to where we are today. So it's 100% just, you know, be your art's conduit, basically. Like don't
No, I love
don't
that though.
allow for other
And
things
that
to kind
kind
of
of
put that
that
in.
brings in that kind of like ties into my second question. Like so I heard three kings with the three crowns
Yeah.
mentioned a couple times in a few tracks. Is that something that's possibly going to be originated, or like is that something in the works? What's up with that? Because I know
So
there's still another crown.
That's an idea for a trifold album with me, you, and Blizz.
so the thing is, I have always my first group, so to speak, ended up becoming like a gang and a whole bunch of other dumb shit that I had to end up dealing with. But it was Northside Kings. And it was just about, it was like, even before that whole movement of like, nah, we all kings type thing, I was like, because this was 2003, I believe,
Okay.
when Northside Kings originated.
13.
And so, and originally it was called the Militia, but a few people told me like the Militia might be a little too like organizational,
a little bit
scary
too
sounding. Probably
hardcore,
don't
like-
do that. And I was like, I made a bunch of shirts and everything. I was
You have
malicious, bro. I was
DHS.
12.
You have DHS tapping your MySpace back then.
Yeah. And then then I did Northside Kings. And it was just about me saying like everybody in the group, everybody that's a part of this is a king. Like we're all running this shit. We're all pushing it forward. We're all making this something for all of us. There's not one person ruling this. We are all, that was like the original thing. Well, as with all groups and all things break down and divide and get into craziness. But it's always been about, expressing a level of authority while at the same time what you should understand. And it goes a little deeper for me than most with it. But a king is somebody who's supposed to rule with fear and love. If you are both feared, loved, and respect, like if you are feared and loved by your people, you're respected by your people for who you are. I'm not saying you have to like put fear in people, but I'm saying to be feared and loved. And in the space of hip hop, in the space of rap, and in the space of what we're doing with this, I have always thought like I will give everybody props. I'll be the most, humble guy that you want to see, but I believe that myself and the people I surround myself with should be feared and loved.
Yeah. I love that.
And so with the Three Kings thing, though, that was just me, Blitz, and Mac are on the track. And like I said, those are like my people. And we're, so like in the song, I'm assuming the first one you're referencing is I Don't Care. And in I Don't Care, I say, make 3 crowns right now. We're three kings for the people. I don't care. Yeah. I said, we don't care, actually. And we don't care because it's like saying, no, we are leaders. We are to be loved and respected and feared in this game. And, I don't care about your response to that. I don't care about your opinion on that. In my universe and in my world, that is fact. So make 3 crowns right now. We're 3 kings for the people.
Because we don't care.
We don't care.
That's really what it is.
So that's, I hope that answers that question. But it's all about
it definitely does. Definitely does.
Disposition towards one's friends. It's more respect. It's just more loyalty and honor. Obviously, none of us are fucking king. We don't have lands or vassals or servants. We don't rule over. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I have lands. I own my house now, so I have some land.
Hey, that's what's up.
Right.
We should get there one day. I'm gonna start
I'll be a king one day.
I want to be a farmer. I want to be a farmer.
That's the idea. That's what we want to do. So here's the thing. So whenever we make it in music, we get a piece of property.
Look, I got a green thumb like there ain't no other, bro. I just need to put it to a garden. Something.
Me and Miss Mack are talking about having a billy goat farm. We're gonna get like 12 billy goat. Like we're gonna get some chickens and stuff, and just have like a river running through the backyard, so I can just go fish and like catch my own food. And she wants to grow her own food and like just kind of go live a little bit self-sustainment out away from people. It's funny because my biggest fear in the world was always being on stage in front of people. So whenever I had to get in front of the class and read like my book report or something or give presentations,
I hated it.
I hated it. So it's so odd that God used my fear to benefit me most because like and this goes for every artist out there that loves music. Before you get on stage, those leading minutes before you get up there, like 15 minutes for me, 15 to 30 minutes out from me taking the stage, like my palms start sweating, real talk. Like I start getting real in my head, like I start forgetting the words to my first song, and like I'm almost overly amplifying it. And then like in that moment, like I have to snap myself out and be like, do you know who the hell you are? And then as soon as I grab that mic, it's like all that goes away and like a different part.
I'm just about to tell you, like there's something you gotta tell yourself.
There's a different part of me. I feel that every time I take that stage, I feel like I'm not a completely different person, but I feel like that part of me that is in the backseat comes out and he takes the stage. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like I fill that part of me poetry where it used to be filled with drugs. It used to be filled with hate. And now it's like I let the beast come out, but I let the beast come out productively, like on stage and talking about it and like really just giving my all. And like that's why when me and Josh
Like
hit
you're
the
going
stage
Super
together,
Saiyan, and the Super
yeah,
Saiyan is just doing the flow.
we have really good stage presence together. That's one thing I got to say is, I've performed with, a handful of artists on stage before, but I absolutely always love performing with Josh because our fluency on the stage, because whenever it's my verse, whenever there's a certain punch dub that comes up and I need to take that quick breath, he comes in and gives that dub for me. You know what I mean? It's like, and vice versa back to
Right.
him. Like we flow off each other, we bounce off each other. It all circles back to just that friendship thing, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like with your friends, like you're gonna you keep that good circle of friends of people that do matter, and you cherish that friendship. And whether you speak every day or not, or once a year, or whatever the case may be, like your friend is your friend, your family is your family, and that's something that will never change. So to all y'all out there who support and love your people who are chasing their dream no matter what it is, like shout out to you, because y'all are the real MVPs that help people like us who are like going up against all odds in this life to like do something greater than ourselves, like chase a dream, like making music, and knowing in this very small market that that there's a chance that this can be your living. You know what I mean? And that's what we're aiming for here. I know that's what Josh is doing, and that's what I'm doing, and it's gonna happen. It's not because there is no if it doesn't happen. There is no fallback. Like this is like I'm gonna keep working my 9 to 5 until this pops, and even if that means until I'm 65, and then that's when it pops. Like I'm just this is more than just music to me. This is literally like why I'm alive, is because of this stuff.
Yeah, shout outs Pete and Bass. But for real, yeah. And just to say off that, just a little insight for everybody. If you are a performing artist, and I've done performance art since I was young until this present day. Yeah. So, but every time I still get nervous as well. It comes with the territory. Like I did mixed martial arts for a while and stuff too. You get nervous every time. But it's almost like the nerves help the focus, at least for me. Healthy. And like Mac was saying, when he gets on stage and he grabs that microphone, that's his moment. And I've told this to a lot of people. I'm sure I've told Mac before as well. But for me, it's the very second that my heel lets my foot go flat on the stage. Literally, I can feel this every single time. I feel the switch in my head.
Same thing. It's just same thing.
Go. Yep. And I am no longer. There's no any nerves. There's no even thoughts. It becomes like you do it, and whatever the outcome is the outcome, and it's all just kind of like fluid. Even when you practice something, you're practicing something to make that muscle memory. You're to create that, and the brain's a muscle. So you do reps of something, you remember that thing. So,
and you don't remember things.
That's my moment is when my foot goes flat on the stage. My first foot, as soon as that foot goes flat on the stage, I literally feel a physical switch, a mental switch flip in my head, and it's go.
And that goes to show between artists. Real quick, David, that goes to show between artists, like anyone who just goes out there and just mumbo jumbos and like I guess talks the same talk and like walks the same walk as like other mainstream rappers, and it's just like that's like it's not your thing. Like don't do it. Just stop. Honestly,
yeah.
And that's just me being honest. Like all respect, like that's like we don't need to hear that. We don't need to hear like, and I'm talking like the people that just like are saying the same old. Like it's not music. Music is something that when you grab that microphone, like, or when your heel hits that stage, when leading up to that moment, like you start really feeling that transformation, because from who you are 9 to 5 throughout the week, once that showtime comes, it's like, that's when it's time for Superman to come out, and it's like time to make. That's just like it's that shows you the love
like
of
Goku
what the
and
artist
Vegeta
has.
right here.
Yeah. Like it's real. Like once you step on stage, like whoa, like your hair just goes gold. Yeah, that's real though. That's real. That's our Super Saiyan moments right there. Once we get on stage, and for anyone that doesn't feel that, I don't know if you love music.
That's a realistic way. Like I'm a nerd, but that's like my realistic like analyze on how to view it.
Yeah,
because of how you two like, and you can hear it in the music, or like how you two flow in it. Even when you guys got Mixed by Blitz, with you guys. It's like Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. Like it's just damage all the way around. Like there's no like. I would say Mixed by Blitz is definitely the Broly of y'all group, because when he just goes, he becomes a monster.
Hard. He's a monster.
And like
Shout out Blitz.
Like casual, you
Blitz.
definitely the Vegeta. I'm gonna keep it a static. You the Vegeta because it's like you prep everything, and it just seems like your analogy for everything is so on point. It's like you've trained, you've
Calculated. It's
trained, you've
calculated.
trained, you've trained, and you're always training to get to that new level. And Mac over here is just a freak of nature. You know what I'm saying? Like you just whim off of everything, and it's just naturally just flowing with it. But it's always in positive nature. It's always like you look for the most peace of everything.
Yeah, that was
And
the
that's
greatest
why I
analogy I've
would
ever
label
heard.
you that's why I would label you the Goku. Is like everything's at peace. You're relaxed with it, and like you have like your more relaxing moments. But when it's go time, it's go time.
I love that. Yeah, I love that analogy though. Really, I mean, knowing if anybody knows Dragon Ball Z, I actually think that was a pretty good analogy. That's why even like Casual even said in one of our upcoming songs, like Vegeta, he mentions Vegeta's name. We'll just put it that way and leave it at that part because he does.
It's an I don't care. Yeah.
It is an I don't care. Yeah,
I say I am just so Vegeta. Final Flash with the Gallic. Final Flash with the Gallic gun.
That's
Galaxy
no idea.
That's
no yeah.
no
idea.
And in the background, I dropped a Final Flash dub that I'm gonna quote Blitz here. He said it's the best dub that's been recorded in the studio. Now, I don't know if that means just that studio or in both, but I went ham on that dub. It sounds bomb. It's so bomb. I hit him with the Final Flash like how Chris Sabat would do it in Dragon Ball Z.
So my analogy somewhat fits then. Okay, cool.
I love that. No, that was a great analogy. That really was a great analogy. I love that. So real quick, y'all. Hey, so if you ain't already been listening, my boy Casual Pharaoh, he's also an artist just like I am. He's actually who I consider a big brother mentor in this industry because he took me under his wing with his music and he showed me the way. Without him, I'd probably still be pretty stale and stagnant in the back of the line of the music industry. It's because of you, Josh, that I am where I am because of your belief in me and your unparalleled friendship that you take in people that you see good vibes with and you make them your family. That's without question, and that's a true testament of a friend. And I'm grateful for you. He dropped a track, y'all, just a couple weeks ago called Super Mario, coming up off of his. And name your new album again because I don't want to mess it up.
The new album is called Games That Raised Me, Volume 1. And Blitz and I are already well underway with Volume 2. It's almost done.
So let's go ahead and rock.
Hold on. What's the name of the album again? Games That what?
Games
That Raised Me, Volume 1.
Games That Raised Me. So this is Super Mario.
I think that's definitely gonna have to be a part of my game streaming album that I have set up.
A lot of different games on there. I did them in chronological order for this album. So the first song, this Super Mario, is the first song on the album.
That's everybody's original favorite.
All the songs on the album are songs I grew up with and played. And I do different things with each song, but in a lot of the songs, I'll either like fully explain the game throughout the lyrics and like while still making it entertaining, or I'll do like what I did with Super Mario and just make it entertaining with enough references and enough love shown to the game and to the history and story of the game that everyone can enjoy it and have fun with it. So that's Super Mario. Right. And Mackks.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I definitely get that because every time, especially when you talk about Bowser in it, man, I'm just like, yo, fuck that dude, bro. Excuse my language, but like, man, bro, because it's like, yo, no matter how many times you beat him, he's coming back, bro. Like, he's annoying.
What's his problem? What is he really after, though?
He can't take an L. Can't take an L.
Hold on,
he's so unable to take an L that you can't even kill the guy. He's so stubborn that you can't kill him because he's just like, nah, but I'm not dead. You're like, that's not possible, though.
You're like four times my size. How am I still beating you every time?
I gotta say,
I gotta take drugs in order to beat you and be your size. How does that match? How does that make a difference?
If y'all ever go to Universal Studios, don't forget that you're 35, and I'm going to say that for a reason because we went to Universal Studio for her birthday a couple weeks back, almost about a month ago now. We went to California, good time, great blast. We decided to get out of town for her birthday and had a good old time. We waited in line, so we went on the Mummy. That was cool. Jurassic Park was pretty cool. But then when we went and got on with the Super Mario line, that line took about 2.5 hours for 10 minutes of play with like this bulky headset that you wore on your hat that made it look like you had a Mario hat on and a visor that just hugged your face down and you had to like look.
Like, I just looked at you like how Mina looked at me when you said that time difference, bro. Like 2 hours for 10 minutes?
Yeah, what? Yeah. And it's like, and then you go, like this, and like you're actually riding around in Koopa's castle, but instead of having like any electronic things, you're using the screen in front of your eyes, and it'll show you like the things coming at you. And I don't know, man. Like I just sometimes you wish you could go back and be like 12 again, because that would have been probably pretty cool at 12. But at 35, I was like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. How dare you do this to Mario?
We'll just always remember our ages, everyone. Just remember how old you actually are.
Yeah, before you go and.
I want to remember being 9.
This is Super Mario by Casa Pharaoh.
Enjoy.
Is there a way to raise
I'd
the
be the king of the underground. Throne was found, king was down, but when I sat on the seat, wasn't sweet as a Yoshi shell. Journey now, look for the enemies, raising my level. See, I can improve myself. Stomping these Goombas and Koopas improves my abuse of the losers I'm bruising. Amused by the fire, this flower I'm using, skidding me higher than leaves of Tanuki. Bowser's a coward, all lava, that's duty. No beating me off when the goal is some coochie. Peach give me peaches, she caked up with booty and boobies, so there is no way that I'm losing. I'm using incentive, uncensored for stretching my efforts to ending those Koopa King Koopa Trooper rings ever relentlessly dooming. You ever see a plumber that's so damn good? Straight down the pipe to remove that. Killer King Koopa when he took that puss. Gotta take his life when he do that. Fire flower star power mushroom plus. Screaming for your life in that hot bath. So who's that man that you gon' trust? Super Mario, true that. I'm stomping your castles, you asshole. Your vassals will slapped, I will kill you eventually. A blast from the past, take a chunk out your asshole. Trapped in this battle for half of a century. These are the facts they present to me. You couldn't beat me, you're mentally unfit, dimwit, dipshit. Try as you might, out of sights where I tend to be. The fact that you keep coming back every sequel, that is the thing that's offending me. Never die in the ending, my mind is offended. Alive, unrelenting, our battle's not ending. A skeletal form out the lava ascending. So next time I'll try something different to end him. Unkillable Koopa King, keep on beheading. Kill him on repeat till Bowser is dead. Mario. You ever see a plumber that's so damn good? Straight down the pipe to remove that. Killer King Koopa when he took that puss. Gotta take his life when he do that. Fire flower star power mushroom plus. Screaming for your life in that hot bath. So who's that man that you gon' trust? Super Mario, true that. You ever see a plumber that's so damn good? Straight down the pipe to remove that. Killer King Koopa when he took that puss. Gotta take his life when he do that. Fire flower star power mushroom plus. Screaming for your life in that hot bath. So who's that man that you gon' trust? Super Mario, true that.
What do y'all think, man? Give a shout out to my boy Casual real quick. We're out here just really doing the dang thing right now, raising the bar each time. I love that, brother. I was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love
Is it bad? Is it bad that, like, all right, so we grew up on that game, right? Your analogy for Daisy, I don't even want to save her no more.
Yeah.
Bro, you flying your stuff to a dinosaur. I'm not saving you no more. Bye. I'm just gonna get my wins with him, catch the fade real quick, and take my W and walk away. You can stay with the L.
Nobody. Listen, nobody gets kidnapped every week, dog. Like, nobody gets kidnapped every week.
No.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that both Daisy and Peach were trifling. I'm just saying it's kind of strange that you get kidnapped every week.
Every week.
Yeah, like
every level you go to, you have to go save the princess.
it made it kind of clear, like, you know, with, like, growing up, like, the terms for our generation. It was like, oh, like, dumb blondes. Okay, Peach, you know, you gave it blonde hair, but it's like you say, bro, like, not every week. What's going on?
Right.
Where are you guys at that you're getting kidnapped every week?
Is he just walking up to the entire castle and taking you? Because that's ridiculous. I don't think that's happening.
It sounds like you need to pay for better security.
Yeah.
They need to pay for better security.
Yeah, really?
You know, like, if you guys are out in the garden, probably put a fence around the garden, you know, or not go to the garden.
You know, we gotta take something real quick though.
Every time
it's the Mushroom Kingdom. Everyone's probably just tripping all day long. So you can just walk into the Mushroom Kingdom and take whatever you want. I mean, they're eating Amanita muscaria every day.
Yo, because I was going to say, every time
they're not getting kidnapped? What if they're not getting kidnapped? They just get a bad trip and they're just like, oh, let me go over there because he got the goods. He got that fire. I need to relax.
Let's be real with it. I think the whole thing could be broken down to an analogy in which Mario's actually just tripping on shrooms, right? His girl's gone. She's not around.
He's
he
actually a plumber.
embodies and visualizes on this trip that she and he are under some form of attack or assault by a big dragon-esque turtle, right? And now what's the metaphor for dragons, right? Like you're chasing the dragon, you're doing heroin.
Drugs,
so his girl's
drugs.
doing heroin and he has to keep pulling her off of it while he's doing these mushroom trips.
That's a
So
trap
he's
house
thinking that,
then.
you know, oh my God, I got to go save her from, you know, the evil dungeon from Bowser.
Wow.
But maybe Bowser is just a little Bowser, you know
He's
what I'm
an
saying?
addiction.
Like,
He's an addiction.
and that's
Bowser's
the
an
analogy.
addiction. Wow, that's probably the most intelligent analogy I've ever heard of that game. What do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think of Casual Pharaoh's thoughts on the actual meaning behind Super
I'm
Mario?
definitely not
I'm
saving
just
her for a trap
spitballing, but-
house, bro.
I mean,
That she keeps going back to it then.
It sounds right though. It sounds right though. I mean, if you're
Yeah,
gonna look
you're
at
right.
real-time
You're right.
Super
You're right.
Mario,
That analogy kind of really hits. I'm not gonna lie. That analogy really hits.
that was solid. That was really solid. I love that. I absolutely love that. So
And
yeah,
the only way he can find her is he's got to indulge in the substance himself. He's got to get high on shrooms.
Bro, he's got to go into the sewers. I don't write this shit, bro. They did. They wrote
Oh my God, it's mind-blowing.
you just interpreted it, right?
I just pointed it out. And that's the danger of interpretation, kids.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like
Watch, somebody's gonna make a Reddit about that.
So just know that
Somebody's gonna make a Reddit about that.
Every time you went and saved Princess Peach, you actually got her off drugs.
That's what I'm saying. Because you don't get kidnapped every week, but you might relapse every week.
So the different worlds you go into, that's just different parts of the country.
That's just different trips. Dude's taking mushrooms all day. You don't stay in the same place, bro. You got to take different trips to save her from different, you know, experiences and usages, man. That's
right.
My least favorite was the desert trip. Then my least favorite was the desert trip. They always had those jumping line of fires things that I could not ever defeat to save my life.
The ones that did that, the ones that did like that.
No. He's talking about the bouncing ones.
Oh, I was thinking. Okay,
they'll just stay on the ground as one fire, and then as soon as they jump, it's just like a line of them.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, those were.
You couldn't. It didn't matter what you had. I could not defeat them.
No.
I had the tail. I couldn't swing on them because then it would mess me up. If I had the firepower, I couldn't hit it because fire against fire just made it bigger. But it didn't do that. It didn't do nothing. So I'm just like, what? Like, I'm not gonna jump on it because then I'm gonna die. So like, I'm just gonna let them jump over me.
Didn't you guys love it when you would like get the angel wings feet of Mario, the white suit, and then whenever you jump, it would be like you would fly, like it would help you like actually fly. Or was that just the wings? Was it wings or was it shoe wings? I couldn't remember.
If it was the wings.
It was
wings. When you got the tail, you run fast enough. You get the you let the tail flap you.
I referenced that in the song. It's actually I don't know why they call it feather. It should be leaf. That's probably a weird translation, but it's a tanuki. It's a tanuki feather.
Oh,
it's a tanuki leaf.
Oh, like, that's what that is. Yeah, once you get that, suddenly you get okay.
Keep in mind, it's a Japanese game.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so real quick, y'all.
Japanese made billions off of Italians. That's crazy.
Yeah, but look what they do with Pokemon. That's the biggest thing the world has ever to this day. So Pokemon was like the biggest thing the world ever.
Man's best friend at one point was a rat. That's crazy.
It was a chinchilla. No. Hey, I have 2 chinchillas. Their names are Pikachu and Raichu. Come on. Hey, y'all. Hey,
Man's best friends are some chinchillas.
That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, they are. All right,
and Barkley. You can't exclude Barkley.
Oh, he's not even in here. Yeah, right. You can't exclude Barkley at all. He's probably on the other side of the door judging me right now. All right, y'all. Hey, real quick before we jump into our next segment, I wanna play y'all a little something off of me and Casual Pharaoh's upcoming album. Just so y'all know, we are gonna be releasing our album, The Last Poet Society, in November. I'm going to look, so I just want to make sure. I think it was the 21st that we discussed.
Hey, before you play it, question: is there any way you're able to put like the master volume of like the sound that you play up a little bit? It sounds like on my end, I don't know about how it is on yours, Casual. It's like if I say something, it'll speak over the music.
All right. So once I hit play, I'm gonna mute all of our mics. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So this is
Perfect.
so on November 21st, 2025, 2 years in the making. Me and my boy Casual Pharaoh over here are dropping our first collaboration album called The Last Poets Society. I'll let it speak for itself, honestly. This is probably one of the greatest projects I've done with it. Because it's my first collaboration project, but also because I got a chance to share every single song with someone that I know very well, and we got to enjoy all these all these beats uniquely created, mixed by Blitz. So shout out Mixed by Blitz for not just the production, but also the engineering, mixes, masters. As always, y'all need to hit up our boy Blitz if you need your music to sound right, because every artist out there, unless they had a great engineer, your music's never going to sound right. So make sure you hit up with Mixed by Blitz. So in times like this, many may say this is over.
I have endured, my friend, all the accusations against my sanity, and worse will be thrown into their sanctimonious faces.
You don't know how deep it goes. It gets cold and heartless. Seeing bones rip through clothes on the streets in darkness. Hunger cold, it's been known. Fans home your hardship. Now we explode. This is over. This is our time to harness. You don't know how deep it goes. It gets cold and heartless. Seeing bones rip through clothes on the streets in darkness. Hunger cold, it's been known. Fans home your hardship. Now we explode. This is over. This is our time to harness.
Left out, so I had to make my own name. Right now, I don't care about the blue face. Ask Cal, I'll show you how I move, man. Right now, I'm the boss in my own lane. Class clown till I graduated 08. But I dropped out, had to make a new way. What now? Gotta go and dig a new grave. What now? Gotta go and make a new way. Rhyming better than I ever did, freestyle. Off the top of my age, no see now. Hopping up a no cap, gotta read out. Gotta move and never proving no retrial. Forthcoming in front and I'm bringing no cap. Overcoming all the hate, got a new path. Wanna show up, anybody wanna test that? Wanna blow up, everybody said a new map. Made for this, no I never looking back. All the pain in this, you know I put it in the tracks to the vein I slit. I let it bleed in the rap, yeah I made for this. No I never looking back, yeah I made for this. No I never looking back, all the pain in this, you know I put it in the tracks to the vein I slit. I let it bleed in the rap, yeah I made for this. No I never going back, nah.
You don't know how deep it goes. It gets cold and heartless. Seeing bones rip through clothes on the streets in darkness. Hunger cold, it's been known. Fans home your hardship. Now we explode. This is over. This is our time to harness. You don't know how deep it goes. It gets cold and heartless. Seeing bones rip through clothes on the streets in darkness. Hunger cold, it's been known. Fans home your hardship. Now we explode. This is over. This is our time to harness. This is over. Lose composure.
I've been let loose with the pen quick.
From no home to owning those and pulling myself out the dungeon.
Breaking apart what I make of art, forsaking dark places that I'm taking and making vacant. The stranger marks I pull apart the weekend harness power from awakened couches lifting me to places promised, sending me to space with comments. Enemies erasing honest, I'm remaining based in logic. I came from a hellscape and fought my way to wealth and honor. I've been on a warpath, bloodbath in a beat lab with a pen and pad and a mean jab. When I'm in it max on a clean track, doesn't mean that the things that seem to mean demeaning really means to bring a brighter feeling. I mean if the means in needing, if it bears repeating, every track I'm eating. Set the plate, I came to dine this evening. Coming to kill the fucks that's been doubting us. I might have just acquired Midas touch, I might have just ignited greater fire deep inside and riled up a riot of our rivals. But I love the competition, I will let the bodies pile up. A fortress made of corpses whose common goals that they might have won. Mack and Casual Pharaoh, this is over, you can't silence us.
That is This Is Over off of our collaboration album coming out November 21st on all streaming platforms. Y'all get ready. Speaking of album,
And see, and that's
quick,
exactly what I've been telling you, bro. Like the way when y'all two get on, and it's not a negative meaning when I say this word piggybacking. It's not. That's just the best way.
We know
I
what that
like.
means.
That's the best term I can.
We know what that means. Yeah.
So like
backpacking.
You guys piggyback off each other or backpack off each other so damn well, and it's just like his speed tempo, Casual speed tempo is so diverse, and it is like I feel like that's a level up for your speed, bro. Like when you guys, since y'all been doing y'all work together, your tempo has just been getting faster and faster and faster and faster, and now it's to the point where it's just like you outspit yourself 5 years ago.
Oh, all the time.
Oh, easily. Yeah, easily.
All the time. It's and the funny thing is I was never a fast rapper. I was always a very like controlled, poetic. Like I tried to make things new sounding, but also
You're
like
very
I never
articulated.
really went for speed. And then I did one song, and I was like, "Oh, that's fun, that's interesting." And then I did another song called "Created to Kill," And ever since I did Created to Kill,
yeah,
everyone has seen me as like he's the chopper rapper, and it's like I didn't come from that though at all. I actually like in rap, like I said, it started on the bus, but then I got heavy into battle rap for a long time, and then from that it transitioned into just making the music I was wanting to make, but it never came out. And then I went through a big health thing, and then when I was able to start putting music out again, because I kept writing the whole time. I was like, I want to try new things. I want to do new stuff, and Created to Kill showed me like, oh, I can do that. Now, funny thing is, I have an unreleased song called Beast that I did 2.5 years ago with Blitz, and on that song, I went to see, can I write a verse where I rap faster than the current world record? Can I do it? And I did, but I didn't know how to end the song. Like I just didn't know how I wanted to end the song, and the beat was not one like I didn't have the exclusive to it. I had the unlimited to it. And so with all those beats, since I started working so heavy with Blitz, I literally just said, "Well, I'm gonna have the exclusive rights to everything that I do now because I have the availability to do it." So I just never released that song, but I have like. It's a fun part of rap, but I just want like everyone to know like rapping fast is just a different medium in the art form of rap, and it shouldn't like if someone can rap fast, don't expect them to rap fast every single song, and when they don't be like, oh man, they were lazy today. Like no, sometimes the hardest songs we write are the ones where we write the slower stuff.
Like I feel like when it comes to like the high top, and this is just on my level, my sense of where how I analyze music and whatnot. But like the fast tempo and the fast speed rap, I'm just like, man, how expanded is their mind horizon where they're just accumulating that many words that fast, articulating those words in the rhythm and all that, and like the mind space, like where the mind space is at.
That's actually why I started liking rapping fast so much, because if you listen to most people when they chop, they use low syllable count words, and they're not really saying much of anything. I mean, even take a song that's very, very famous. This may be controversial, but the very famous song, Chris Brown featuring Busta Rhymes, everyone in the world has covered. Let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that little thing you're doing, homie. Okay, and then coming up again, go and actually read the lyrics that Busta Rhymes wrote.
It's small, choppy,
I love Busta Rhymes, but he's saying almost nothing in that whole thing. Like, that's just a fact. Like, go read the lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm a ring and I'm a ding and I'm a come again. Like, he's literally just saying words that rhyme in a fast pace. But he didn't say, I'm going to show you how to rap or whatever. He said, let me show you how to keep the dice rolling. So he's showing you how to maintain consistent flow. Okay, fine. But when I chop, not only am I delivering a message that should be heard, but I'm delivering it with words that I find to be suitable for what I'm saying. And I don't try and pick out of the bottom of the barrel,
Right.
So that's the difference when it comes to chopping. A lot of people want to just do, the cat and the bat and the hat and the, you know what I mean? Like little doesn't really, but when you're actually saying something like Twister,
words,
there are people that do it as well. But I'm just saying like, that's what made me like chopping so much is I talk a lot. I have a lot to say. I want to get it all in. Oh my God, I can do it.
Right.
Watch.
Right.
Like,
what's crazy?
That's about
it.
Right.
I agree that what's crazy. Like, so, and I look back at like some of our faster paced songs, like Pages was only 1 minute and 56 seconds long. But I think that when I did the word count on it, we had almost 1,500 words in that 1 minute and 56-second song. Because that was one of the songs where I wanted to try to spit a little bit, you know what I mean? And I had to teach myself early on personally that I'm not a chopper. I mean, it sounds great. I mean, I love it when artists can do it. And I have my moments where I can pick the cadence up pretty fast and I can roll. But I had to take a step back because I thought that in order to be a good rapper, you had to be able to really just go in. But I failed to realize that in order to be a good rapper, you just have to be honest and just know your sound and know where you belong. And sometimes that doesn't mean you chop. And sometimes that means that you do chop. Sometimes that means you sing. Sometimes that means that I mean, so that's me developing where I'm at as an artist. I realized that chopping is amazing. It's a really amazing talent and skill, and not everybody can do it. But I see Josh in so many facets with what he does. Whenever he chops, it's fun, and you can feel it when it's coming. He builds it up before he chops. You can feel it in the song. If you know Casual Pharaoh, you'll hear it in the song before he just goes bananas. There's a song we have. There's a song we have in and David, I think I heard you listening to on your live stream not long ago. Let's Go Get Some. The song Let's Go Get Some. We were finishing up my No One Saw Me Coming album, and Josh was getting off work and he was heading over to help finish up with the album because he had to lay his verse down. And me and Blitz are sitting there. Blitz laid his down, and you've heard the song already, but we're sitting there and we're just like, yeah, I bet you when Casual comes in, he's gonna go diggity 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 diggity. We both called the cadence to a T. As soon as he came in, he's like, hey, were we ready? We're like, go ahead, go in. And he went straight in, recorded his verse on Let's Go Get Some, and it was exactly what me and Blitz started laughing because we had called it how he was gonna. We just kind of know you already, bro, so we knew how you were gonna attack your verse on on Let's Go Get Some.
That was funny too on Let's Go Get Some is that the cadence on that one is internally cyclical when you're doing the primaries of it. Yeah. So it's actually like a new style that I came up with that day. So it's even funnier that you guys were able to like say that because it was literally brand new. I find everybody and I bind everybody to the words I unleash on the beat. My mind isn't believe when I'm rhyming. I'm fully immersed in the words that I speak. You know what I'm saying? So it continues to cycle back into itself. And I hadn't done that. I came up with that and was like, oh, that sounds dope as fuck on this song.
I've never heard that.
I mean, again, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to really try and concentrate on not swearing over here. I'm a bit of a sailor,
bro. You're good. Hey, you know what? So my thing is, it's mainly for the music reviews and stuff. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that yeah we're gonna cuss like sailors, but if it happens to fall out, I'm not gonna knock you on as long as it ain't like every other word. Obviously, you know what I mean.
I'm trying to be conscious of it, but if it slips out, just take this pre-apology.
Check this out, y'all. Let me just say so. So as y'all know, I'm a clean artist. I don't swear at my music. I don't even have to ask. And every time I send Josh a song, can you get on this? He comes back with a clean feature. Now, if he's doing his own song with me on it, then he does what he wants. And if we're on a collab song, then he does what he wants. But I've noticed the level of respect that he has, and I've wanted to tell you for a while, Josh, I appreciate it because not a lot of artists do this, where you know the type of artist I am, so it challenges you to. And I shout out Anti-Famous if you're on here too, because the song we did for Get Along on Back from the Attic. When he sent me his original take, I said, "Hey, brother, love it, but let's squeak down the French a little bit." And he went back and he's like, "You know what? Yeah." And then he loved it more that he came back with a cleaner sort of approach, and he loved the challenge. I think it's a good challenge to be able to challenge yourself to do that.
And I feel, man, not every song needs to have that much swears to get your emphasis and your oomph around.
It's just not for me personally. It's not for me personally. I'm not going to hate on people that do use it.
The funny thing is actually, if you go and listen to my entire catalog, the number of times that I use swear words is in the very bottom percentile. For most of my songs, I don't swear in my songs.
I've
it's not even
a lot of your songs. You rarely swear in any of your music. Yeah. Like if you swear, it's like the level of swearing I feel like you use is like it gives it that The level of swearing you use is like it shows that passion. That passion comes out real
in that
quick.
Moment. In that moment, like, yeah. In that moment, that's what it.
Yeah, like you want people to feel how serious you are with the words you're spitting. So it's like, yeah, sometimes swearing is necessary to show the level of seriousness, which is not a problem with that. But like,
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
A lot of your music, I've rarely hear like a swear really come out, and like the swears that you would throw out there is like, I still feel it. All right, I felt that because like a lot of my passion comes through verbal.
It goes right through you. It doesn't necessarily just come out of nowhere and go, oh shoot, everyone put the earmuffs on the kids. Like it's just so quick and it happens. It flows through the lyrics. So like I said, I don't hate on people that swear in their music. I was just giving appreciation that whenever I do a track, I know that you always bring it clean with me. You know what I mean? And it's always and it's because you pay attention. You know what I mean?
I think that people have relied far too heavily on swear words as a form of like, trying to intimidate and trying to really like bring someone down when I feel much more at ease with telling somebody that I will verbally and physically eviscerate them in both literature and reality and allow that to sink in. I don't need to yell. I can just say it quietly. I feel like there are better ways in this world to strike the message, to get the message across that you're trying to get across. I think you could do it better without using swear words if you just use your brain a little more.
Yeah, that's just facts. You know, there's gonna have to be a segment we do sometime where we just like review trash music, because I'd like to just give our explanation of the trash music that we hear. I just think it's so like the world's full of it, man. And like there'd be times where I'm playing Madden and like I'm in the loading screen trying to like set up my game and whatnot, and like I'll hear like, and I just sit there and I wonder, I'm like, really, dude? You're gonna cut this dude a check for how much money to like be on EA when I could easily give you like an entire catalog between me, Pharaoh, Blitz, My People, Hayes, and you could find easily 50 to 60 songs in there that would fit way better than this specific song. And I know it's all about, being on a certain platform, being heard by the right people, and it will happen. And that's why I know, because we have solid music. We have music that's better than what's out there right now. And it's cocky, but what it really is confidence, because the world has too much toxicity in their lyrics where it's either someone's ghostwriting for them, or their entire song is just about the hook, or they're literally just nobody, and because they have clout or their parents paid for them to become famous or something, then then that's just, I guess that's just where they're at. And there's no jealousy or hate, but I just know when we make it. But I just know when we make it, though, it's going to be because we did it. We did it ourselves. We didn't need a door open for us. We opened those doors ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, hey, we're going to jump into the Am I the A-hole segment now. And before we close out, I got 2 more songs I'm going to run for you guys. I didn't get no emails about anybody submitting any music. I see Kit Kylie's on right now in the YouTube right now. So in the YouTube comments here, I'll put those on the screen.
Shout out to the wife.
Yep, that's Miss Farrow, Mrs. Farrow. That's Mrs.
Oh, well, hey, Miss Farrow.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember how to put those on the screen. I thought there was like a way.
Want to show comments on screen?
Yeah.
Actually, if you'd like, so I don't know what you're planning on for that, but if you would like, I can absolutely for the people that are tuning in, anybody who's out there right now, if you're wanting a sneak peek of the potential single, it's got to be dropped in 2 days. So I'm gonna let you guys, if that's something that Mac wants to do, decide which single I drop, and I can say it'll be 2 tracks I send you off my album, Games That Raised Me, Volume 1. And we can do that if that's something that would help with the.
I love that.
The music segment.
Yeah, so let's do that. So we're gonna do the Am I the A-hole, and after that, what we're gonna do, y'all, is Casual Pharaoh. In the meantime, he's gonna be shouting out or sending out two tracks for his upcoming album for the next release before the album. Everybody gets to vote. We'll do a number 1 and a number 2. We'll want to hear everybody's. We'll tally up everybody's votes at the end, and that shall be the next release before his album. So let's get excited for that, y'all, because it's your voices that are going to make that happen. So
I appreciate you, Mac. That's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. Go ahead and email those to me now.
The people.
We're gonna.
The power is yours.
Absolutely.
When we start referencing 90s game shows and 90s terms and whatnot, we show our age.
Shout out Captain Planet.
Shout out Captain Planet.
Oh, yo, I swear Captain Planet was such an underrated show back in the day.
So good.
They picked the worst time frames to show that too. Like, you're gonna show it on TV right before kids is going to school. You should have showed it when we come home from school.
That's what I loved about Pokemon when it would come out on PBS, when I got home from school, because it would be at 3:00. So I'd be sprinting to get home to make sure I was there in time to to see.
Bro, my show came on right when I needed to go to bed.
You didn't have DVR back then. You were not able to just go and hit rewind or start from the beginning. If you missed your show, you missed your show. Sorry about your luck.
Right, dude.
That's really how it used to be back then. It was crazy. There was no. And then when DVR or what was that? It was DVR.
TiVo or something like that.
TiVo. Yeah, the ones where you could you're able to hit back and you would rewind it back to the beginning of that episode or something, or
you could record it while it's off or whatever, and you can come back and watch it whenever.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's my house.
As long as it was saved. As long as it was saved. Because remember, in the early stages, you were only allowed to save 3 or 4 files before needing to open up space to record anything else. So if you didn't watch it in time and someone deleted deleted it, it was gone.
And you couldn't recover it either. Like when I had a football
families
game
have been broken apart from this tragedy for many a year.
Oh yes,
but then the great night Netflix came along and fixed the problem.
All right, let's see here. I think that we got exactly what we need. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. Where's my gong button? I need a sound. All right. This is my favorite segment. This is Am I the A-hole? And I'm excited to have Josh's input on all this because I truly feel like your input's going to help the writers to these out, Josh. You're really going to put them in their place with if they are or aren't an a-hole because your judgment depend. They're waiting for your judgment on this. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right.
I'll try to be fair.
Try. No, just
Be fair.
Just tell it how it is.
Some
All
of not for nothing. Some of them that we've heard in the past, they sound like you want to give them a fair shot, and then you just read it and you hear it,
And then,
it's just like, oh my god, what did I do?
Right. All right. So I'll read it off and then let's just get to it. All right. So, am I the a-hole for ending my relationship after my girlfriend started texting her ex again? Is the title. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. All right. I, 25 male, and my ex-girlfriend, 25 or 24 female, have been dating for 8 months. Had been. I don't know why he didn't say had been. Or no, me and my ex-girlfriend have been dating. Okay. I know you would pick that apart, Josh. Me and my ex-girlfriend have been dating for 8 months. So hold on. I want to hear your thought on that right off the bat about the writer, dude, because I already know you're going to
Okay, really quick, just to,
yeah, because I knew
two ways you can look at this.
Typo.
There's two ways you can look at this.
Yeah.
He's either saying, syntactically, he's telling you that myself, age and gender, and my significant other, age and gender, who is X, but he's saying that in current time, she's X. Then he's saying, starting the story, we have been dating for this much time. Now, what would have made this better, because you could go that route and try and give them the out and say that that's correct, but the way that it reads, that there's not proper punctuation, he should have just been saying had been, absolutely.
Had been,
had been dating for some, but again, he might be just giving you current information about their current situation and then going into the beginning telling of the story, in which case you would say, we have been dating for this amount of time into this story, and then as he tells it, but we don't know. I haven't heard past this. So there's my breakdown. Welcome to English 101.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is common writing. So if it's your ex-girlfriend, doesn't that mean you had been dating? Anyway, let's go. Because otherwise we're going to pick all these people apart, and they're going to be more upset that we critique their writing than about their situation.
Yeah, they're not ready for this. They're all ripped the a-hole because they don't know how to write.
Things were going pretty well until a couple weeks ago when she told me her ex reached out. She said they had just been catching up and that nothing serious. Red flag immediately, in my opinion. I tried to be understanding, but over the next few days, I noticed that she was constantly on her phone texting someone, stepping outside and taking calls. And here we go. When I asked about it, she admitted she'd been talking with her ex almost every day. She insisted nothing physical happened. I don't care. Hold on, let me finish this sentence, and then we got it.
Why would you have to reinsure that? That means you guys met in person.
Yeah. He said, still, it felt wrong to me because she started keeping her phone on silent and turning the screen away when I was near. So I'm just going to, before we get any further than that, because unless there was some I don't know what way this can, dude, it's obvious, it's obvious. Like all the red flags are there already. We're not through, we're a little over halfway through the message. But just so far, man, like, I mean, if these are things that you notice in a relationship that are going on, got to get going, because that's not exactly no, there's no reason for you to be talking to your ex. No, I'm sorry, unless it's like your baby mama or for her it's like her kid's father and you guys are talking about custody things. There should be no reason why the ex is in the picture. Well, let's continue. I told her it made me uncomfortable and I didn't feel respected in the relationship. She said I was being insecure and that I should trust her. Immediately, that's no. Okay.
Perfect buzzwords used there too.
She insulted him and then said, she said you're being insecure, which she's insulting his concern and saying that I should trust her. Well, whenever you say you should trust me, you probably shouldn't be trusted from, you know what I mean? Like this, from the sound of it, like the amount of defensiveness so far on this girl's behalf, like this dude is probably flabbergasted, sitting there just kind of like, what? Like, what? All right. I felt the emotional connection she had with me wasn't the same anymore. Yep. So now me and my friends think I overreacted since she never cheated physically. Wait, some of my friends think I overreacted since she never cheated physically? Takes us back to the beginning topic of this entire conversation where we talked about friends. Your friends are going to keep you in check and keep your people in check. So they should have been more about like, yeah, dude, like you have a right to be concerned. Because if they're just like, nah, it's no big deal. She didn't cheat physically. Like, am I the a-hole for breaking up with her even though nothing sexual happened? Is his question. Josh, we'll start with you.
No, not at all. Given the information, obviously we're hearing one side of the story, but given the information here, this is just a cut and dry no. He was setting boundaries respectfully by asking why you're messaging your ex. I think anybody who's been in a serious relationship knows that when a relationship ends, you can make up any story that you want. Oh, we ended on good terms. You did not.
No.
Relationships don't end on good terms for the most part. So if your ex is involved in anything, it's probably because you guys still have a few fleeting physical feelings for one another, to say it lightly. I don't think anything but cheating was going to go on in that scenario. And maybe even I'm going back to my ex because, we broke up for stupid reasons. If you're going to be the kind of person who hides something from your significant other in any regard, then you shouldn't be trusted by them.
Yeah.
The whole point of love and things like that is to be open with one another and be honest with one another.
Trust is
the foundation. If you have something that bothers you that you want to say, you should say it.
Yeah. Trust is the foundation of a relationships. If you can't be honest, if you can't be 100% all the time, no matter what, because the person that loves you for a reason. So and this just goes for like if you forgot to put gas in the car or something like that on the way home, and if you lie about it, lying is still lying. But you should understand that your partner is like it knows you and loves you. So if you're doing something wrong, you need to go. If they're doing something wrong, they need to go 100% of the time, because I'm sure all of us have been in relationships where we were treated completely bad or lied straight to our face, and it turned into us having to make the decision where this wasn't working no more. And so I don't think this dude is the a-hole at all, because he saw it, called it out, and then even when he was just trying to confront her about like, well, what's really going on? For her to call him insecure and just kind of smack him in the face with that, and then because that's just insulting him, really just paints the picture that you actually have gotten physical and you're just trying to act like you didn't, or that what you're doing you're trying to justify for. And if that's what she thinks is okay, well, okay, but not here. So he needs to send her packing and out, and that's just it. That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no room for dishonesty. There's no room for hiding anything. Like, keep it 100 or keep it moving is my philosophy.
Yeah.
What about you, David?
There's like casual side. There's limited information, so it's only one sided.
Right.
But it definitely gives hint for question. Oh, like the way he's written out is like nothing physical has happened, nothing sexual. So that means you guys done met. You guys are meeting up. It's not just you guys are texting. You guys are not just talking on the phone. You guys met up. There's a lot more that's happening than what meets the eye.
Even texting, just texting alone like that and hiding it is bad. That's cheating. It's cheating.
You gotta hide your phone. The way he's portraying it, the way she's acting is just sneaky-ish.
It is.
It's no, he's not the a-hole, but also, why are you not giving her your attention?
Well, we don't know if that's the case or not. So what is already written out?
It's very limited. It's very limited information, but it's like a lot of questions strike into play.
Right.
With a lot.
Even if.
But ultimately, with what's given,
nothing excuses the cheating, though. Nothing excuses going.
No.
Nothing excuses that. Like, if she's not happy with him, but she'd rather be with her ex, and all she has to do is just say it's not working out and leave, and like save the bull crap. To be honest, you know what I mean?
Save the drama for your mama.
Too many people get toyed along in these relationships, and I've seen it in the military. You did too, David. There's a lot of dudes who would get married and their wives would cheat on them constantly, and they would just forgive them because they just didn't want to be alone. And these young 20-year-old soldiers,
do you know how many active shooter sirens went off in Fort Carson while I was there because of situations like that?
Yeah,
so many.
Yeah,
so many.
Miss Max says, nothing excuses cheating. If your partner isn't giving you what you need, either talk to them or work it out or leave. Very good point. And then I saw also, very good point, honey. Ashley says on Facebook, literally the smallest number of exceptions with that one. Take me, for instance, I can safely be friends with some of my ex. Take me, for instance, I can very safely be friends with some of my ex-boyfriends. Now ex-girlfriends would be a different story. Okay. So I get that, though. Okay, so that's just because you're now you have a girlfriend now, and so if you hang out with friends that were boys, it's a whole different story because of where you lean towards relationships and intimacy and stuff like that. So okay, that makes sense. So yeah, we all got red flags from that. So yeah, you're not the a-hole, bro. And if that is the whole story, which we're gonna take it for what it is for now, because we have no reason not to. Uh, you should have left sooner. The minute you saw she was texting and hiding it from you, you should have already left. You know what I mean? So, well, hopefully it's because the way he wrote it in the beginning, where he says, "My ex-girlfriend have been together for 8 months." It sounds like the way he's writing it is he didn't actually want it to be over.
Still wants to be with her.
That's the way that I'm seeing it. He was so mad and so sad because I bet you he actually loved her, and when she started cheating on him, like that devastated and crushed him. So
right now, man, sitting with an acoustic guitar and a notebook and a pen and paper, and he's just getting it out, bro. He's getting it out. He's we'll hit the single next week.
Yeah, we will. All right, number 2. All right, that dude passed the a-hole board. All right, am I the a-hole for telling my brother he can't name his baby Brisket? Okay.
What?
Just a shout out real quick. Kylie just said, "Don't waste people's time." Exactly.
Do not waste.
Don't waste people's time. This life is short.
Time is
if you're
valuable.
Be with somebody. Be with somebody. If you want to be with somebody else, say that with your whole person and go be with that other person.
Exactly. There's no room for that. There's no room for that crap. I just think it's crazy because you got to think that this is more of a modern day thing that people are doing this, because back in those days where it's like, the cowboy days, or even in the, the early 1900s.
And Red Dead days.
In the Red Dead days. Yeah, in the Red Dead days where you had your business, you had your family, you had your dog, and you just like, life was just life. Like you just had your family. Nothing else mattered but your family, the people you chose to be with. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be with somebody, be with them. If you don't want to be with them, then, well, you know where to go. You know where to go. Don't string people along, because that causes people a lot of distress and a lot of trauma, and it hurts people when you mess with their heart like that. So, all right. So Brisket baby, the Brisket child. Let's see this. So my brother and his wife are expecting their first child in a few months. We're all super excited. First grandbaby in the family. The issue, they've been brainstorming names, and apparently my brother got inspired while smoking his meat in the backyard. Okay. He told everyone on a Sunday dinner that if it's a boy, they should name him Brisket. Yes, like the barbecue dish. At first, we all thought he was joking, but nope. He doubled down, said it's strong, masculine, and unforgettable. My sister-in-law, I'm assuming that's what SIL means. My sister-in-law looked kind of uncomfortable, but didn't say much. My mom nearly choked on her iced tea. I, 31 female, tried to gently suggest maybe Brisket could be a cute nickname at least, or a middle name, but he got defensive. He went on a rant about society's obsession with boring names. Okay. And then he wants his son's name to stand out. So I finally said, listen, you're setting your kid up for a lifetime of bullying. No teacher is going to call attendance with a straight face when they get to Brisket. He blew up at me and said I was being negative and trying to crush his creativity. Okay, so crush his creativity. We got to come back to that part. We have to come back.
What?
Now my brother is talking to me. My mom says I should have just smiled and let it go. It's not my baby. My dad, on the other hand, muttered something about poor little Brisket and hasn't stopped shaking his head. David, I want to hear you.
It already started. It started with the grandpapa. How he got poor little Brisket? Oh my gosh.
Brisket? But you're gonna name your kid Brisket? What about salami? Might as well have called him bologna. Really? He was so mad about it. You
could have chosen something. It could have been so. It could have been worse. Let's just be real. It could have been worse.
My dad said, question is poor little Brisket. Poor little Brisket.
Is the guy that they're asking, is he some affluent pop star who went through like a lot of childhood trauma and then died of a drug overdose? Like, is this man Michael Jackson? You're like one syllable away from naming your kid Blanket and expecting everybody to sit there. It's not normal for Blanket. We're not. You can't just like with it's celebrities do it, right? You got Apple. You got literally Apple. Like okay. So if you just want to name something after a noun, go for it. That's fine. But don't expect society to just be like, yeah, we're gonna let that one slide. Like, it doesn't work that way. Brisket's gonna get made fun of, and heaven forbid if Brisket puts on a little too much weight ever in his life. Oh my god!
God.
That kid's gonna get teased. My last name is Nichols. Okay, and just off that, my last name is Nichols, and just off of my last name being Nichols, I was tormented by kids. I didn't care because I was like, that doesn't affect me really. But just off that, just off Nichols, and you're gonna name the kid Brisket?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah. Brisket.
Also, you were saying we were gonna circle back to it. Naming your kid Brisket is not creative. You went to the bottom of the barrel of words and you pulled out the dumbest shit you could, and then tried to slather some like men's
barbecue
activists
sauce
on top of it or some shit.
With some barbecue
very
sauce.
masculine and unforgettable. Brisket
with some barbecue sauce too, and maybe a side of toast, some Texas toast.
Yeah, so your first kid's Brisket, then your next kid is burnt ends, then your next kid, you know what I mean? Just go down the line.
Tri-tip.
Tri-tip.
Top sirloin. Top
You got
sirloin.
skirt in the background. What are we doing?
No, they named their kid Sirloin, except Sir abbreviated loin, Sirloin.
So that's actually a real thing.
First people naming their kids cars. Now people are naming them kids dishes. This is wild.
No, there was someone on one because me and Miss Mack like to watch some of those detective shows or like those where it shows like the body cam of the officers at scenes and stuff, and then like the guy doctor and breaks stuff down. Well, there's one of the ones we watched where I was just chilling and we heard and I just remember the way Miss Mack said it. She's like, "Why would you name your fucking kid that?" Because like they said, so I can't remember the exact age, but they said her name was Lovely. Like that was this girl's name was Lovely. And she's like, "Who the fuck names her kid Lovely?"
I know a few. It's weird. I know a few people.
Little Debbie is wild.
Little Debbie. My aunt almost named my cousin Batman until the nurses talked her out of it. Was that Elaine, honey? Or is that Becky?
They almost named the kid Batman?
Batman. Yeah. So am I the a-hole for telling my brother he can't name his baby after smoked meat? Well, at the end of the day, it's not your child, so no, you're not the a-hole for saying that, but you also don't get to choose.
Certainly don't get to choose.
So, sorry about your loss, I guess, but I wonder now. It makes you wonder. And how old is this? I wonder when this was. One day.
Can I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you both a question? What's your take on this name, LaFleur?
LaFleur. So I went to school with a family whose last name was LaFleur. So
wasn't Ben Stiller playing somebody in a movie where his name was LaFleur? No, that was Dodgeball. What was that dude? Yeah, Ben Stiller was in that too, though. But Vince Vaughn's name was LaFleur.
Yeah,
wasn't his name LaFleur?
Yeah, I went to school with a couple of LaFleurs. So to me, it's just a French last name. Now, here's the bad part, though.
I wasn't medicated yet.
This is a name that you hear sometimes, but the last name clearly played into it. One of their names was Blaze. Blaze LaFleur.
Blaze LaFleur. Blaze LaFleur.
That is a setup and a half for something wild in life that happened to that name.
That's funny. I don't love LaFleur.
Yeah, no. And the only reason why I asked, Mina was just talking to me about something, and she was like, "Oh, something about it could have been Mateo's middle name," and I'm just
LaFleur. LaFleur was. Yeah. So what was that? Was that what the dad was going to name him? Was his middle name LaFleur?
Oh, if he was ever around.
Yeah, he never. So my son got my last name. I picked it all.
All right, so we agree that you're not an a-hole for wanting to not name, because we agree with you that that's terrible idea for sure. But it's not your choice at the end of the day. So if they're going to name him Brisket, you better love Brisket with all your heart. You better love that little Brisket.
Think about it. Also, think about your child's future.
6.5
Who in their
hours,
right mind would introduce their partner as Brisket to their parents?
This is Brisket. No, that's a person. Honey, we taught you better than this.
Yeah.
That's a person. Sorry, young man, what's your name? And he's like, Brisket. And then they're like, get out.
Sorry, young man, what's your name again? He's gonna go by Bry or something like that. You know what I mean? Or Briz. He's gonna go by Briz. Okay.
He's go by B.
Okay.
If he ever gets pulled over and he hands over that ID or the license, and they look up his name, this is really your name? What's your name, sir? Brisket.
Yeah,
no. Not what your gang named you, what your parents named you.
Yeah,
Brisket.
yeah.
Brisket.
Officer, what's your name? Brisket McLaurin or McLaughlin. Okay, but not that, not your thug name. What's your real name? Like, it's Brisket. I
All
just
right,
don't
sir.
know
Do
if
you
I
need
could
to
take
speak?
someone.
Do you need to speak to somebody? They're gonna instantly
Yeah,
ask. Do you need to
yeah,
speak to somebody? Are you
yeah.
okay?
Right. All right, let's go to the next one. This one says, "Am I the?" This one's "Am I the jackass?" Which is, I guess, the same thing. Am I the jackass for refusing to babysit my niece anymore after my sister called me lazy for charging her money? All right, so I, 29 female, work full time as a nurse, 12-hour shifts. My sister, 32 female, has a 4-year-old daughter. For the past year, she's been asking me to help out with babysitting whenever her daycare falls through. At first, I don't mind. I love my niece. But then it started becoming weekly, sometimes 3 times a week, and always last minute. I finally told her I need at least some kind of compensation since I was using my only days off to watch her kids. So I suggested $50 a day, which is honestly less than daycare. She blew up at me saying families shouldn't charge family and accused me of being lazy and money hungry. She told our mom, who took her side, and said I was nickel and diming her. It must be the favorite daughter, I guess. I told her, fine, I'm greedy, and then she can find another arrangement because I'm done being her free childcare. Now she's saying I'm punishing my niece. Am I the jackass for refusing to babysit without pay anymore? So now that we hear it out, Josh, what's your thoughts on that?
Personally, no, I don't think that she's the jackass for not wanting. Like, yes, family is important, but if she's being honest in that she works full time as a nurse,
Yeah, that's
you
what
know
it says.
that one of the hardest working like groups of people in the world are nurses. They work long, obnoxious shifts
They deal
dealing
with a
with
lot of
people
people.
who are not in a good place. Like they
Yeah,
are sick or they are
yeah.
injured, or
Or
you know
they're
what I mean? Like
dying. They're dying.
they don't want to, or they die. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in a mode of constant stress, inundated with it, and then you're expected to watch your niece. Okay, I can watch your niece, but now I'm saying now it's 3 times a week. If it really was up to 3 times a week, it's like no. I might have handled it slightly differently instead of going straight to like, if I'm going to keep watching your kids, pay me. I probably would have been more upfront. Like,
Right.
hey, this is my only personal time, and while I love you and your daughter, my niece, my sister,
Yeah.
I have, needs that need to be met as well. And so is there any way that we can get a little more, or when she was saying it became last minute, well then let her know right away. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you got to give me more heads up when
Yeah.
it's coming down to this stuff because I am a nurse. I'm working,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
like I can just
absolutely.
drop everything and come babysit. So no, I don't think she's the asshole for that. I will say, I do think she could have handled it a little differently, but from what
Yeah.
it sounds like, if she's being honest, yeah, there's a whole lot of like favorite sibling vibes going on with the sister. Like it
Yeah.
just if somebody comes to you and says, hey, this is, if she said it in a nice way, like, hey,
Which
this
could
is
have
my
very
only
well
days
been the
off, it's
case,
taking a lot of
yeah.
time, is there any way you could toss me a little bit of cash for my time for you?
Right.
Her first thing saying family shouldn't charge family is a little absurd.
I agree.
automatically offer my brother money if I ask him to do anything for me,
Right,
because
right.
I respect my brother's time more than I respect some random person's time. Why would I not pay homage to what my brother's done for me more than some stranger just because we share the same blood? That seems weird as hell. This world kind of
Yeah.
runs on money.
Yeah, you kind of have, time is money at the end of the day. Like, and a lot of us, especially in this economy and everything going on, we really have to put in whatever we can to make as much as we can just to kind of get by. You know what I mean? And that's kind of been the story ever since we've been adults. To be honest, like there hasn't really been a time where it's been affordable to live for at least us as adults now. In the military, I was pretty well taken care of. I mean, I always had food on my plate, and I always had things taken care of in that aspect. But other than that, I mean, even in my early 20s, right before I joined, I mean, it was always hard to really like make your pennies into savings. You know what I mean? And with today's day and age, like it is really hard. You really have to sacrifice a lot to really kind of just get by. So I'm gonna go ahead and say also that she's not the a-hole. Because at the end of the day, if you're already out here working all those hours and you need to come and go babysit, like, you know what, once in a great while is one thing, but it's starting to seem like she's taking advantage of the fact that she got free daycare now from her sister. And you know what I mean? It almost seemed like it's expected, and she can use the whole, your niece is so sad now, and like just kind of those kind of things. It's like, why are you using your child as a manipulation tactic in a way? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments, and the screen on my screen is tiny. Like if I had a magnifying glass right now, that'd be sick.
I'll read you what Kit Kylie said. So she says
I can read it. It's just I got to be up close. You guys have to look at my mug closer.
For everybody
That's all.
on Facebook, what Mrs. Farrow said was she should have offered her something for doing it in the first place, and it became more one times. If it became more than or 2 times a week, I also think
Yeah,
she
I
was
think
being
that
very
that
reasonable.
definitely should have been more
And then Miss Mack says,
prearranged
I
type of
agree,
ordeal.
though, she could have approached it better. Yeah, there has to be like a certain approach as well, though. If you could, I mean, so if that is verbatim the way that she said it, if that is verbatim the way she said it, then yeah, you could have approached it differently. But if you're just summing it up like we talked about compensation, which is just summarizing how that conversation probably went down in the best, easiest format for reading, so that way we're not stuck on the entire every 2 seconds of what's going on in the story. So I can understand both sides of it, honestly. But yeah, you don't need to like a time is money no matter what. Anytime we go out of town and we need her dad to watch the animals at all, you know what I mean? We either buy him some beer or we whatever the case may be to just kind of compensate because it is out of your way to do something, even though it is family and it goes without saying. It is time and time can be compensated in one way or another. So. And it's just offering it at least would be, in my opinion, if you're no matter who you are, if you like just offering something really goes a long way
I feel
rather than
like
just feeling like
over
it's
here
deserved.
for our babysitter for our kids,
Yeah.
like we like for our compensation, like I don't know, we're like money is one thing, but like like you can come to our house. I'll leave weed for our babysitter or whatever, or like cook or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like we know our babysitters, like we're actually pretty close with them.
Right. That's
So
good.
it's like, um, so it's never like, and like they bring over their son, or their son is friends with with Mateo. So like, it's more like a chill thing,
Yeah.
really. So, but there's still compensation. Still like,
Right. Right.
you know.
No, I agree. I agree.
No a hole. No a hole.
Hey, Josh, send me your songs when you get a chance so I can have those.
Oh yeah, let me just
ready
head
to
out
go.
and do that really quick. Sadly, I have to leave the room for that, everybody. So you can just mute my mic, right?
I'll mute you real quick. I'm gonna.
Perfect. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're good. We'll meditate on this one until you get back. All right. So, I muted the wrong one. I muted you, David. Still trying to figure all this out. So I guess like what professional podcasters like they actually have people that like run their production side, and I'm over here. Me and you, David, are kind of running the show with what you're doing with your phone and me with my
Yeah.
laptop on here. So yeah, no, like when it really comes back to it too, we you really have to put in some sort of like attempt to show that I appreciate you taking time out of your already busy day to come and babysit my child in these moments like that. You know what I mean? But using the whole family card, I mean, once in a while is one thing, but when it becomes 3 times a week, if that was the case, then that was
Yeah,
then that's
it's
just
gotta be compensation for even
right.
if it's 2 times a week. You still, and like casual said, like she's a nurse. Her job's
Yeah.
already stressful as it is, so like her days off are very valuable to her.
Yep.
And like with any job, your days
Mhm.
off are valuable. But like from the medical field and being stressful as it is, yeah. Now you're asking something like if I was in her shoes, I'd ask the same way. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
necessarily the approach was so bad. There was a lot more direct than what it
Mhm.
needed instead of like beating around the bush. I definitely
Right.
would probably approach it the same way. Like,
Right.
I don't mind watching my niece or my nephew 3 times a week or however many days I have off or whatever. Last minute days, you kind of, especially if I got to cancel plans, if I made plans and I got to cancel them, might have
Mhm.
to charge you extra because now I got
Right.
to cancel
Right.
stuff that I probably invested money in or whatever, and I need some of that back.
Right.
But if you need to go to work, that means you're making the money. You have childcare. You don't have to worry about it. And it goes with that pre-preparation, pre-arrangement ordeal that needs to come
Yeah,
into play.
you
But
gotta figure
you
that out.
know,
You gotta figure that out, but you can't expect handouts, and that's why I'm reading Miss Mack's column. I hate when people use the family card. No one is entitled to anyone's times, and that's so true. It goes for every aspect. Like nobody is entitled to anything. Your children are entitled to you. You know what I mean? Because those are your children. But when it comes to like your sisters or your brothers or anybody else, really, as an adult, nobody is entitled to your time except for your children. So when it says I hate when people use the family card, hold on one second. Sounds like my son's here. Go ahead. I know you hear Jackson's here. Go ahead. Let's But yeah, the kiddos here. But anyway, yeah, I don't agree with feeling like just because that's your sibling that that because you want to be compensated for it that you're going to be told absolutely not, and like that's unfair. It's unfair for the whole party.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You got to just take some responsibility. So I know he's sending his stuff right now, so we'll get ready to get back into that. We have one more to go, and then I'm gonna have let's see. So Kit Kylie says if she was retired or something, it may be a little different, but working full time and takes a lot out of you, and this isn't her child. I would assume her father's out of the picture for some reason. I would assume the same thing, Kylie. I would assume the same
Yeah,
thing because
like what
where's he
you want
at?
to have another babysitter you can like cycle through?
Right. I mean, you can't just expect somebody, no matter who it is, to watch your kid for free. But yeah, you're right too. If she's retired or if she was she was out of work, but she worked from home and she was able to just have the kiddo, just right around. But it'd be a different story. But she said she was a nurse and
Yeah.
she worked all these crazy hours of the week. So it's hard no matter how you cut it. So
Yeah, and I mean, even still, there might be a day or two, or a no needs to come out. Like, no, I need a day to myself.
yeah, I
These are
mean
my
it's
off
every
days. I need a day to myself.
Yeah, decompress, especially working that industry. We don't know because we're not there, but we can only imagine dealing with all the people that go through hospitals. I've been to the hospital a few times, and you hear some crazy people in there. There's some people in there really just
Yeah,
going kind of bananas. So perfect timing. Casual Pharaoh has entered the temple again. All right, let me check real
that
quick.
means those tracks have been sent.
Let's see if it's on. There we go. Okay. Let me put these in real quick. Oh, I already know these are going to be fire. Oh, these are both going to be fire. I can just tell by the names of them. I don't even need. All right, let's see. Let me just download that one. Get those loaded
Yeah.
in. Is it already downloading? All right, here.
Can I get some of that?
One
Not from
second.
you. Oh,
So as y'all know, here coming up, we have one more Am I the A-Hole? And after we're done with this, we're going to have a special segment for my boy Casual Pharaoh, where we will be reviewing 2 of his upcoming songs off of his album, and we're going to help him decide which one he should release as a sneak peek before the world sees. You guys will get the full access point. I think I have you muted, Josh. 1 second. Oops. There we go. My bad. I just realized I had you muted.
Yo,
All
what
right,
to
let's
do?
see.
Sorry
All
about
right.
that wait, everybody.
Oh, you're good, bro. You're good.
it's all good. It's all good.
Let's see if I can just download it from here.
We were decompressing the last Am I the A-hole? There's so many factors into it. It's crazy.
So I'm trying to hit download. I got Super Godzilla. I'm just trying to hit download on this one. I don't know why it's keeps freezing up on me for some reason. Let's see. 1 second. There's a problem.
Almost.
Let's see, oh, it's a wave.
Thank you.
I will try to re-download that one here in a second. All right, let's go. So we're gonna go with the last one real quick. Am I the a-hole for refusing to be a man by providing 100% financially when my wife still wants me to split all the housework and parenting with her? Let me read that again. Am I the a-hole for refusing to
Wait,
be a
what?
man? Am I the a-hole for refusing to be a man by providing 100% financially when my wife still wants me to split all the housework and parenting with her? So he's providing 100% financially, but she wants him to split all the housework and parenting with her. So he also does like the dishes, cooks, and so. Oh, anyway, let's get into it. Me, 36 male, wife 34 female, recently decided she wants to be a full-time SOM, stay-at-home mom, SAHM. Oh, it's a good thing I'm not dumb. I guess I figured that out. SOM, stay-at-home mom. Not because of young kids. Our daughter is 12 and pretty self-sufficient, but traditional values. But she also wants me to provide all the income and be a man. It was very quotated. Those quotations are pretty heavy. I work for over 60 hours a week now. I handled all of our expenses, but she expects me to split cooking, cleaning, school runs, even children Child rearing 50-50. She says real men don't treat their wives like maids. If I tell her I'm exhausted after a 10-hour day and ask why she can't handle more of the stuff at home, she accuses me of being sexist.
What?
I argued that I'm the only one working. Shouldn't the housework and the kid stuff be mostly on her since she's at home all day? I'd still help when I can, but it doesn't make sense for me to work all day, but be sole provider and then also do half the housework. She says if I really loved my family, I'd have energy for both. She tells her friends I'm lazy and just wants a servant, but honestly, I feel like I'm the one being taken advantage of, and I told her I want to help 50-50 with the household, and she can get a job and contribute financially. Am I the a-hole? Let me start this one off. I need to start this one off because, one thing that me and my lady have come to terms with, we're like, whenever I do make it in music and whatnot, that I would absolutely love for her to just stay home and take care of the house and do all these other things like work on photography, chase her dream, her passion, whenever I can financially be able to afford our means. You know what I mean? Not saying that that I don't want her to work, but if she wanted to focus more on her dream and passion while we're well taken care of, I'd rather her do that. And she's also told me in the past before too, if she didn't have a job, that she would, be the one to love to take care of all. Because at the end of the day, if you're just sitting at home with just ladies just sitting at home and calling him a sexist for just asking him to like take up more, I don't think you're the a-hole, bro. We don't know both sides of the story, obviously, but just from the sounds of this, I definitely don't think that you're an a-hole for wanting her to just take care of most of the housework. You're working all the time, and we don't know what you do for work either, but yeah. Go ahead, Josh. I want to hear your part.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that there's this weird dynamic going on with this where it's like she's trying to play a certain card and then not want to play her role in the card she's playing. Like,
Right.
She wants traditional gender roles in the house. She wants him to be the provider and that she wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Now, what she's saying, though, is that she wants him to help 50-50 with everything. Not helping, obviously, it's your family. If you're there and a diaper needs to be changed or she's exhausted or whatever, you help each other. That's love, period.
Right,
But if
right.
you're saying, I'm not, because this is how he said it. She stopped working and wanted to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. Okay, so you're wanting that side of the card, but then you're going to turn around and try and utilize the exact opposite ideology in the card you're trying to play. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not here to try and say, like, he shouldn't help at all.
That's like if you
like
that's
that.
like for the ones that go to the work. That's for the ones that go to work. That's like showing up half your shift and still expecting to get the full payment.
I mean, basically, right. I mean, and I'm even saying, like, no, it shouldn't be 100% of the housework and child rearing, because then you have a weird relationship with your fucking never seen father, never involved father. That would probably be a weird thing. But, like, yeah, if somebody's staying at home, like when I was just making music and getting enough money from that and odd jobs and things, I was home more than everybody else. So who did all the chores? I did, because that's how it should go. If I don't have a legitimate job and somebody else does, then I take care of the other stuff, because it's supposed to be a relationship of helping one another,
Yeah. So
and
like whenever
it just sounds like she's like, honestly, I don't want to be she sounds like she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. She sounds like she wants to be a TikTok mom. That's what she sounds like to me. So, you want enough time to post on social media, drink wine, talk on the phone with your friends, all that fun stuff. Go ahead. But if that's what it is, then say that, because trying to make and emasculate your hardworking. He said he worked 60-hour weeks. That's 120-hour paychecks.
Yeah.
I work a crazy amount of hours, but my 2-week work period is like a little over 80, which is more than, standard full time. And then on my days off, I'm in the studio for 10 to 12 hours. And then also then helping with the house and doing everything else. If you were to tell me I have to do most of the housework still too, or half the housework still too, I'd be like, well, that's just literally not possible. I don't have the time available to me. And then make him feel bad about it. Like, if he's working 120 hours a paycheck and she's saying he needs to help with 50%, that's absurd.
And then calling him a sexist after that too, like just because calling him a sexist because he's like, hey, why don't
that's
you?
the part that got me.
That
sounds like someone's been on their phone a little too much.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people out there like that for sure. So one of the things that I love about my relationship is that on days that I'm working and she stays at home, I mean, she takes care of stuff, you know what I mean? And then the other day, when she was working and I had the day off from work, I went and got groceries in the middle of the day. And it's like you find that fine balance between each other to when someone's too busy or someone has a longer day, you pick up on the back end of it if you
always
if you want, you know what I mean? And normally it's what you should do. And she does it, I do it, and we're both very healthy in our relationship when it comes to that aspect. Because you have to be the type to contribute one way or another because your relationship is a team. No matter what you do, a relationship is a team, and you both bring different things to the table. But it should not just be a one-way street. That means shouldn't always be one way is the only way, and it shouldn't just be somebody just works all the time, the other one doesn't, and then is expected to all like. So I don't think homie over here is an asshole. I hope that he figures it out.
There's different aspects to look at it too, because like I have a stay-at-home mom, and I feel like it's different for us because I work long hours, I work long days, and like I still help out with certain things. Like I don't like her taking out the trash. I don't want her taking out the trash, so I take out the trash.
Right. Same.
As much as there's more that I feel like I wish I could do, I'd be too tired or I'm in the way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she's very precise where she wants to put stuff. And there'll be times where I'm like, oh, let me help. Can I help? And then she just like, all right. And then within a minute of her saying all right, she's just like, no, go. Like I'd be in the way because I don't know where her mindset is and I don't know how it's functioning. So it's just like I don't want to throw her off. And I know that sometimes
they have their own
offering help can throw off the groove of how she runs the house.
Right.
And
she runs the house,
like when she goes. Yeah, when she goes grocery shopping, I stay home with the kids. I bond with the kids. I'm chilling with the kids. Even like when we're all home, like we have our adult times and we have the times when the kids are around. We, hang out with the kids or just whatever. But you gotta find that balance. You gotta find that balance.
Absolutely.
If you don't have the balance, then craziness, chaoticness, no structure, and eventually it's just going to be broken down to nothing.
Right.
And also a lot of resent comes from that.
It does.
Yes, definitely a lot of resentment.
If there's not a proper balance, someone's resenting someone. It's either I'm working too many hours and you're not doing enough at home, or I'm doing everything at home and you're taking days off and going. You know what I mean? It tips one way or the other, regardless. That's why, like you said, you have to have that balance.
There has to be a fine balance, no matter what, because the balance is what keeps a relationship going. And there's gonna be days where I'm just not feeling 100%. And she's feeling, then she picks up on what I'm lacking in that day, or vice versa, where she's not feeling 100%. So I pick up on that. It's never going to just be consistently the same. But I agree with you, David. So she's the same way. She has ways that she likes to keep the house clean, and she has ways that she likes to have to help make it feel 100% in her way, and I'm 100% fine with that. You know what I mean? I'm 100% fine with her cleaning how she wants.
It's like, if there's anything I can do, that's honey, the unbalance within the home. That's the unbalance within the balance, and then next thing you know, it's two forces trying to break and collide into each other, and everybody knows that's not possible without destruction.
Exactly. All right, well, then we all agree. That's a good set of Am I the A-Hole brought to you by the lovely Miss Mackks. She's good at finding these, so thank you, honey. We'll look forward to next week of doing that. So let's go ahead and hit the go. All right. Now is the special guest
Here's sound effects.
Spotlight. Special wait till I get a soundboard. It's gonna be even more fun. There's more you said, honey? I only got 4 in this chat thing that you sent me. There's only 4 in here. So send me whatever specific one you have, because I've opened up the notes and I've read all 4 that were in there. Find whatever other one there was and send it to me.
Never mind, I forgot I removed one.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. There is no more. Those are it. So we'll save the rest for next week. So we'll gong again to get us resettled in. All right. So this is our special guest special segment right here per request. We have 2 unreleased Casual Pharaoh songs right now that we're getting ready to play. Nobody else has heard them. I haven't even heard them. Maybe I did. Probably not, though. But this is Casual Pharaoh. So what we need, this is how this is going to work, y'all. So we're going to play them both, and the first one will obviously be number 1, and the second will be number 2. Once they're both done, I'd like you guys to put in the comments which number 1 or number 2. I'll even read off the name of them, so if you remember it, then we'll title it however. But we want to know which single he should put out next. So we'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this. All right, this is off his upcoming album, The Video Games That Made Me, right? The Games That Made Me, or The Video Games That Made Me?
It's called Games That Raised Me, Volume 1.
Games That Raised Me, Volume 1. All right, so the first one on that is going to be Super Godzilla. And then the second one will be Warcraft. So we're gonna start with Super Godzilla, y'all. Let's let it rip. This is a huge deal. This is a sneak peek into the upcoming next drop before the album.
It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla! No, it isn't.
Super, thanks for asking. Proceed to nuclear blasting. Just a dot on the map, destroying all that I'm passing. Nuclear reactors, tanks, buildings, I'm smashing. Any kaiju try to step to me, cutscene, get they ass beat. Bend the knee or die quite violently. I'm finally in my final form, time to storm the embassy. Got that claw kick, tail whip, nuke ray, breath spit, death wish, neck slit, throat rip, checklist. Check this, you may raise the roof, but I demolish it. Stomping on your home, no apology. Gotta be the baddest on the block, such an oddity. I leave destruction in my wake, don't follow me. I spit A-bombs, probably shit napalm. Smash through a city in an hour, see what they on. Do you ever plant? I wanna know. Why? Cause I feed on radiation. I'm Super Godzilla, you've no chance of stopping me. Topple your forces, whatever you send at me. Enemy spotted, I vie for supremacy. Killer the kaiju, refusing to bend the knee. Super Godzilla, you've no chance of stopping me. Topple your forces, whatever you send at me. Enemy spotted, I vie for supremacy. Killer the kaiju, refusing to bend the knee. I surely am the king of monsters, watch me slam. Slay my foes, I'm going bonkers. Rule the land, land blows, I'm here to conquer. Brutal hand, brutalize my opposition. Ops are in demand. I'm cooking clean up in the kitchen, spick and span. They missed the man with missiles, man. Botched the mission, missed the plan. Amidst the monstrous fist, defend a feudal system, just pretend. I'll murder a million to get to a villain. No hero, just king, says he kaiju. I kill him, remunerate, emulate, integrate, filling my foes with feel deep and new do bidding. See, I'm a fly kaiju, what should I do? Step to me, gadzooks, that dude's illa food. Literally spit nukes, fistfuls, bitch, who? Super Godzilla, I'll hit him when they on center. Let a claw rip him, tail whip him, raise spitting. I've been on a bender of rage killing, nuke stealing, killing other kaiju induced feelings. I got the bag, son, caught the eye a bag on. Ripped his fucking head off, beat the game and walked home. I'm Super Godzilla, you've no chance of stopping me. Topple your forces, whatever you send at me. Enemy spotted, I vie for supremacy. Killer the kaiju, refusing to bend the knee. Super Godzilla, you've no chance of stopping me. Topple your forces, whatever you send at me. Enemy spotted, I vie for supremacy. Killer the kaiju, refusing to bend the knee.
Wow. So
That's one. That's Super
1.
Godzilla. If you never played that game,
Okay.
it was on Super Nintendo.
I was gonna say Super Nintendo, right?
Phenomenal.
It was between
I
that,
love that
and,
game.
Between that and Ninja Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles game on Nintendo as well. So between those two,
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles one was fun. Brawlers are normally like, yeah.
There was
Like
different
Rage.
Ninja Turtle games though. It was like Mario. It was like Mario. There's different versions of it though.
So that's what you
Because
noticed.
they had the turtles. And you talk about the Super NES. They had a like Mortal Kombat version of the Turtles game where it was like fighting, and then they had like three, if I'm not mistaken, or I could be, they had like 2 or 3 different versions of like story play where you could do 2 players or 1 player, and you just go through like the sewers and the streets and whatnot.
Right. That was the Ninja Turtles one. That was pretty fun. I liked that. I thought that was really cool. So that was fire, absolute fire. I love that. I love seeing what you put there.
Fun,
so we're gonna play Warcraft next. I haven't played Warcraft. I mean, I've seen people play Warcraft. I knew a lot of people that played Warcraft. I personally never played it, but I did watch South Park and I did watch Randy Marsh help save.
So to be
save
clear,
all of World of Warcraft.
So World of Warcraft is from Warcraft. I'm talking about Warcraft, which is a real-time strategy game. Like you build an army and attack bases and stuff.
Right.
That's
So
what
it's
it
like
comes
Risk?
from.
Was it like Risk? It was like Risk?
No, like have you ever seen like StarCraft or Command and Conquer? Or
Yeah, Command and Conquer. I played a lot of Command and Conquer. So
yeah, it's like that.
I also
bases,
played. I played the Battlefield for Middle Earth. Did you ever play that?
No.
No. You have,
yeah,
of course, you have. Of
I,
course.
listen, I like real-time strategy games. I'm stuck on all the I play all the Total War games. Like currently playing Total War Warhammer 3.
Nice, dude. Nice.
I can't help it.
Anyway, I was gonna say I lived in Minnesota. Did you know I lived in Minnesota? I lived in St. Paul or Oakdale. I lived in Oakdale for like 6 months with my aunt while I was a young 15-year-old, being kicked out of everywhere I lived. But I played Battle for Middle or the Battle of Middle Earth or whatever on PC with that strategy game, and that was really fun. So I know like Command and Conquer was fun as hell too. But I also liked how they made the Battle for Middle Earth as well. That was really neat. I liked how they put all
that in PC games.
So that's where Warcraft comes from, is just real-time strategy games. World of Warcraft became the most successful game until other games came out, but like the most successful game of a long time. But that's an MMO. It's a massively multiplayer online game for everybody out there who needs a little mansplaining in their life. And I think, personally, that Warcraft is way better than World of Warcraft. And I will fully nerdily admit I played a lot of World of Warcraft. When you play it with people, it is very fun.
So you saw South Park? Did you see South Park whenever Randy came and saved the day?
I've seen every episode of South Park up to current, and for the old seasons, like several times over. The first 5 seasons of South Park I've seen so many times. It's probably not healthy, but
you know every word for word type thing like we do. Yeah, exactly. All right, y'all. That was Super Godzilla.
South Park.
Let's run. Give it a chance again. Just give it a chance again. You know.
Give it a chance again.
Load you some stinky. And then and then watch it.
Your command, master. Hear my command. Live by the sword. Dying for battle. Living for war.
Hear my commands, live by the sword, dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed, my craft made me bloody, my craft is not war. Hear my commands, live by the sword, dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed, my craft made me bloody, my craft from the hammer and brought us the craft. With war as the prefix, immediate grab. With peons and peasants, great cities began. We mustered such forces for sorties and stands. Sieges with squadrons of griffins and dragons. Orcs versus humans get brutal and savage. Whichever your forces, you've got to command them. No passive position, it's active commandments. Bloodied combatants, forces are lost, gotta try some new tactics. Strategy studied, so stratagem's active. I played them both and I mastered each faction. I played them both and I mastered each faction. Looking to both sides and most I'm gross. Giving them all orders as war tide it grows. And wartime giving them more times to know. War's my craft and it's about to be home. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed. My craft made me bloody, my craft is not war. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed. My craft made me bloody, my craft is not war. Decisions come quicker, I'm doing the math. Looking over the figures, their towers avoided. Their base made to splinters, their forces all vanquished. Our hides were just thicker, our weapons were sharper. Our methods were slicker, got trolls throwing axes. My dragons some spitters, got orcs leading ogres. Your forces will shiver, but more to the point, I'm the fear make you quiver. My archers whose volleys still empties their quiver. Got dwarves riding griffins, throw hammers to rip ya. Knights riding horses with mages and wizards. Amazing's the slaughter I plan to deliver. Fuel me with a mad passion for advanced tactics. In the last half, I demand action. Took to the vanguard and began slashing. If war's my craft, then this is warcrafting. Yeah. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed. My craft made me bloody, my craft is not war. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed. My craft made me bloody, my craft is not war. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed. My craft made me bloody, my craft is not war. Hear my commands, live by the sword. Dying for battle, living for war. My craft will be honed, my craft is not formed. My craft made me bloody, my craft is not war.
All right,
that's Warcraft.
I love that. I love that. All right, y'all. Number 1 was Super Godzilla. Number 2 is Warcraft. I'm gonna give my vote right now, and I'll explain why. I absolutely loved Warcraft. I like I love the trumpet in the background that was like making you feel like you were like actually like going to war. And like from what I do know of World of Warcraft being such an open field of just goons, goblins, orcs, dwarfs, elves. Like it's just totally my vibe in my opinion. So I'm gonna go with Warcraft for what I want you to drop next because I think that was you guys really did that really well. That was really good. Shout out.
And just like with Super Mario and every other song on the album, every sound you hear in both of those songs come from the video games.
Yeah.
Every single sound, Blitz chopped it up and made these beats. Every sound comes from the video games. The drums, everything.
Yep. He used the same drums and the same beats.
Yep.
That's
He
crazy.
would take sounds and turn them into drums.
Honestly, I can't give a vote. I can't give a vote. I'm gonna keep it aside. They're both fire. I can't choose one.
They're very different though. They've got very different vibes.
Yeah,
to them, and that's why I'm stuck. Like, which one do I drop?
They're definitely very different.
Yeah. So y'all let us know.
But
which one do you want me to drop? The one you guys vote on tonight, hands are up in the air. I got to drop it by tonight anyway. So whatever y'all pick, that's what's getting put out. I love both songs. I don't care which one wins, but be honest, tell me which one you like more. And for extra credit, tell me why you liked it.
Exactly. Kit Kylie says, I love both, but I say 1. I love both, I say 2. So far we're tied. Y'all on Facebook, y'all on YouTube. What is y'all's votes right now? What is y'all's votes for Casual Pharaohs? So far we have 1-1. 1 is Super Godzilla, and the most recent one we listened to is Warcraft. Honey, I know you're watching. What did you think? Which one do you want?
Tiebreaker comes to a flip a coin.
Aaron, you watching? Everybody watching? The first 2 songs, the last 2 songs we just listened to, which one would you like best? The first one or the second one? There was Super Godzilla or there was Warcraft. And I absolutely loved Warcraft. They both, and no matter which one you drop, though, I'm going to be satisfied because they are both absolute masterpieces. Super Godzilla from
that's why I go either way.
All right. So far, you have 2-1 Super Godzilla. So I don't see anybody else messaging or commenting on Facebook.
This is what we'll do, Dave. If it comes down to it and it's supposed to be a coin flip, you will be the deciding member. Because right now, you're Sweden.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does that
I could do that.
You got
I could do that.
All right.
So far, it's 2-1.
That's a lot of pressure real quick. But no, so like I definitely remember playing Super Godzilla. Crazy, like just crazy. Brought me back to childhood. But like with Warcraft, I play a lot of the strategy games too. So like I definitely get it. And but like how I always tell you, man, like with music, I'll animate everything. Yep. And with a lot of your music, I can animate it. So with that song, I definitely like got into that animation real quick.
Super Godzilla?
And it's just like it was Super Godzilla and Warcraft.
Right. But so far, Super Godzilla's winning is also Reed Korpic says Super Godzilla. So that's 3-1. So no matter what you say, Super Godzilla is what's going to drop. Super Godzilla is going to be your next drop, Josh.
That's looking like the lead winner right now.
There it is. That's your winner.
See if there's any pull-ins that come in later, but for the most part, if it sounds like it's Super Godzilla is going to be what's drop next. Thank you, everybody, who participated.
Absolutely.
I really hope you enjoyed the music. It has been, a really great time making it, and also just being here with the boys and talking shit.
Always
enjoying everybody's company. So,
all right, Josh.
We're trying to get you into GTA. We're trying to get you into GTA, man.
I need something from you, Josh.
What's up?
So I think you probably have or haven't, but I haven't gotten your critique. I'm going to play you one of my unreleased songs off my upcoming EP, which I'm sure you've heard of all of them by now. You've been in the studio. Blitz probably showed you, but I want to show it to you. I want you to give me your feedback now. This is one of the songs I picked off my EP to get reviewed tonight by you and David and anyone in the chat that wants to review it as well. This is Class Clown featuring Theragene. It's your big brother Mac. You know we here to stay.
So what they think goes crazy. So what they make our shiny.
It's time to move now. What you waiting for? I see the door. Too many times within these lines, I ended on the the floor. Been overdosing on the hope, I gotta keep it moving. Never losing, only learning from that news I'm overturning. I see the patterns as they laying out before my eyes. I see them patterns as they showing me what's wrong from right. I keep it moving every moment, never setting by, never holding back, never going back. All the odds they stacking against me, but I'm overlooking. Standing tall above it all is where I made my movement. We here to stay, we here to make a stand forever. Proving boys clever now and never better. Weather record setter. Go and get it, go and get it, go and get the gold. No one saw me coming, dummy. Yes, I know I'm standing full. Got a lot of overlookers looking over how I roll. Overbooked is in the future, yeah, I'm never gonna fall, nah. My mind is racing like Daytona, so I'm moving fast. I'm never slowing down, I keep my foot pressed on the gas. They call me Gandalf, fighting power with my pen and pass. And now I can say with my chest, you shut up! Coming with a vengeance, you can see it in my eyes. I got a passion for this music, never telling lies. I keep it real, my words are flowing like the ocean. My devotion in the notebook, writing potion is an ocean. So I'm never holding back, no, I'm never gonna back down. Never gonna collapse, I bounce back and now I'm back. Now I'm here to stay, I'm here to break the chains that I've been held down. Been clever with the raps, gonna forever be the class clown.
My forever favorite line will be the Gandalf, "Stay with your chest, you shall not pass."
You shall not pass. I loved making that part. That was so fun.
Yeah, so my review of Class Clown would be this. I think that almost any time we've gotten Theragene on a track, he brings something unique and something special that gives a certain vibe and a certain feeling. And I'm not one of those people to jump out and be like, oh, dude, the beat was sick. But I have to say, specifically, there's a high-pitched frequency happening at the top that sounds like doors closing, but it's like throughout it. And that with what Theragene was doing on the hook, it just created this really, really great audio space on that. As far as the verses, I like what you did with them on those. I especially like the second verse. The first verse, it's got the drive, it's got the message and everything right there. But on the second verse, you seem to be a little more comfortable on the beat. You seem to be a little more on that. Now, I will say, though, on the "You Shall Not Pass" line, it might have just been the audio messing up on my side or something. But if you listen to specifically that part, it almost sounds like part of what you're saying gets cut off. Like, it doesn't sound like you stopped talking. It sounds like it was cut short or something like that. There's a skip that occurred. So I don't know if it was just the audio on here, but that's something I would listen to.
It might have been because it sounded through and through. Yeah, it sounded.
But everything on there was so dope. I really did like the Belrog line. I liked how much more playful you got with your flows on the second verse. That's why I personally thought the second verse stood out a lot more. Yeah. Obviously, when you drop the fighting with the Balrog and then "You Shall Not Pass," dropping that in there, that's going to grab a lot of attention. But all the lines surrounding it was really what made me love the second verse. It wasn't that I disliked that, because I thought that's dope. That's a sick line.
My mind is racing like Daytona.
The way that you bounced differently on the beat on the second verse was very, very it felt almost more natural. It's not like the first verse sounded forced or anything, but it sounded more strict to the structure. You know what I mean?
Right.
You flexed the flows more in the second verse, and I really, really like that. I love the overall concept, and on any time pretty much you and Theragene do a song together, it's really dope. So I think this one's probably so far it's my second or third favorite song that has you and Theragene on it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's up, and that's up there because you guys have done quite a few songs, and I'm referring to songs that aren't released as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, that'll.
My personal favorite song with you and Thera on it is Fight Back. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with me being on it. I think just if you're talking about the best song that you and Thera voices are both on, I think it's Fight Back. Class Clown was phenomenal though. If I had to give it a rating, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't need a rating. There. I don't need a rating. I just want to know what you think about it.
I'd give it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is this it right here? Hold on, let me see.
I loved it, bro. Great shit.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah. What was your thoughts there, Dave?
I love the song. I definitely get the animated version off of it, and the second verse, and like you were saying, casual. The second verse, you feel that you can hear the comfortness, you can hear the playfulness, and I feel like that also with an audience point of view, you're kind of getting them more relaxed into the song as well, and they can vibe with it a lot more. And so when it brings out the Ganondorf, "You Shall Not Pass," like Casual said, that is going to grab a lot of attention. You might even bring out some people's childhood memories to the point where they'll get in a whole character for that, and you know what I'm saying. And it's just you draw relations with your audience with your music, and that's definitely I feel where you get your most comfort, like how Casual was saying, where you get that laxness, you get that comfort, and you're going with the flow, and you're going with it. Not like when you have your firm, structured spit, like it doesn't elaborate and it doesn't hit. It hits, but you can even yourself. You play it back and you really hear. You could be able to tell the difference in your own flow with the relaxedness, and then you're getting to the nitty gritty.
Right. I appreciate that, guys. No, because that's what it was. It was like the first verse was written when we first moved into our new place, back before the soundproof or the couch or anything. It was literally just this room, guys, was just my desk, my computer, and a chair. There was nothing else in here at all. Like it was just so barren in here, and so I did that.
I've seen all the upgrades to it.
Yep, you and Josh both. I've showed you and Josh both since we moved in. All the upgrades we've been doing, and it's really awesome to finally have my own studio rocking and rolling. So anyway, I appreciate y'all's feedback for real. I do. I because one of the things that have made me the artist I am today is the feedback from friends, family, and then also especially Miss Mack. This is actually one of her favorite songs too. Especially on the part where, like you were saying, I think Josh, you were trying to hit it right on the nail when you said it without knowing you were saying it. Whenever the beat broke down, and I said, "When never gonna collapse and bounce back, and now I'm back. Now clever with the raps, the class clown." Like how the beat broke down, and I changed my cadence to where I just then started like stomping on the beat. I was literally just punching that beat right in the mouth every time it came close to me. And so that the way that I did that, she pointed that out a while back. The way that when the beat broke down, I'm never gonna collapse. No, I'm never gonna back down. So it's the way that came out. Like she really loved that too. So the progression that all of you guys are seeing, it's because of you and the beliefs you guys have in me, and also because we raise the bar every time we put a new track out. This is real life. This is chasing your dream at its finest. So thank you guys for that. Speaking of fight back though, real quick, Josh. So just so y'all know, I'm gonna give you guys the only version of this song you're going to hear real quick, and then we're going to hop up out of here. I've this and then an outro song, which is actually me and Casual Pharaoh as well. Not new, old, but you guys will love it. But this one right here is this is the only time you'll ever hear this version of it because Blitz is actually cooking up
I've never heard of Fight Back. I think I would know a title like that.
Yeah, because it hasn't been released. It's not out yet.
That's how I know you guys are friends like that. You guys do teasers like that, but against me, and you know what? I'm turning a corner right now. But I got an open ear. I'm still listening.
Okay. So me, Josh, and Thera did this track a little over a year ago. It was March of 24. And we decided for this album.
You did it in my birthday month too?
Yeah. But we were it was a Pisces thing, right? So we decided this entire album that we're doing is going to be exclusively produced by Blitz, which is why one of the tracks on our album is a remix of a song we've already released. I won't say it. You guys already know it. If you don't, then you'll see. But then this one as well. This has not been released, but this beat is being remade by Blitz. So let what you hear now remind yourself. Just see from nothing with this beat. watch what Blitz can do when this album releases, from where you're going to hear now until where it is when it releases. And that's the type of engineer we got. That's the type of producer we got. So shout out Blitz yet again, because he's going to go hard
Big
on
shout
this.
out to much love Blitz.
That's definitely a good representation to show his skills to the before and after. That's pretty dope. I like that you would want to do that.
You heard Get Up, right? Both versions. You've heard both versions of Get Up. So yeah, we played it on here, and you've heard it. So we're gonna play Fight Back. Like I said, y'all, this is the one time you guys will hear Fight Back on this beat, and then enjoy it while you can, because this will never be released not with this beat. So this is where it all started for us.
Look, it's about that time I go take my stand, fight back. These words, my pen, these rhymes jam-packed, drop bombs on tap. Each stage has made a landing, no invite, stand outstanding, stay alive, hold up, handling business, I'm a grown man. Feeling like a madman, I ain't madman, call me Batman with a rap plan, taking that man, where the map at, last life, and the Batman, call him back to the attic, gotta handle havoc, having baggage, pack another sandwich, feeling pack the bandage, fighting back, I stand and calling me a savage. No one saw me coming, wasn't welcome, so I hit the ground, running, overcoming all the pain, I was locked away, had to seize the day, had to make a change, say the least, had to give it my best, and the least, saddle up, headed out west, took a leap of faith, took a hold of rain, taking in the view, see the better days, spent the winter fighting myself in the attic, lo and behold, I'm back, Talking number 5, feeling like a 10, dusting myself off, time to go and grab my pen, penetrate the mind with every right rhyme, getting in the mind, I do it every time, if you're talking lie, better make it lime, if you're walking home, better walk the line. You better walk the line tonight, if you're not willing to fight, fight for honor, fight for your peace, fight for the sake to save yourself. You better walk the line tonight, if you're not willing to fight, fight for honor, fight for your peace, fight for the sake to save yourself. To save yourself. To save yourself.
Ready or not, steady your thoughts. I won't pull shots, I will pull up, pull the brain out, and show stop, let the rage out, and blow up. Fight back, never a light jab like that, leaving your rib cracked, lips flat, leaving your jaw smashed, riff raff, leaving them all trash. Get back, gonna be wet in your face where my fist at. This clash is a mismatch. Kick back with a kick, the same for your dome, I won't miss that. Dispatch, every enemy planning on enemy, witness ascendancy, witchcraft when the fist crack. Better just run cause the guy's bad. Wolf, big bad pulse, select a location, I'm pressing your face and miss that pull, I just can't fall. Feel the elation of hurting the vacant. Been that bold, I'm just that cold. Honors the station for peace, I've been aiming. Get those goals, I can't be false. I am impatient, rage I'm containing. Bringing the pain with these, bringing him to his knees. Bodies on the streets, probably gonna freeze. Let them to the fiends and they're gonna feast. Cannibals indeed, this is what I've seen. Fighting on the street, trying to get away, trying to find release. They're a Mack and the Pharaoh go feral, so fear to go back to home, let alone toe to toe.
By the way, the trumpet you are hearing right now is Theurgene. This is not an instrument, this is Theurgene.
To save yourself.
Like I said, y'all, that's the only time you're going to hear that song on that beat ever, because this is going to be remade with a whole new beat, but it's going to be spectacular. So if you thought that was great, wait till you hear what's next.
It's fine, bro.
That was absolutely
I like that was definitely like Like if I was a professional athlete, that's definitely a song. That's my intro song coming out,
Yeah.
especially that hook.
Yeah, that's hard. We may or may not have plugs in the industry that here soon are going to get us those types of platforms for those types of moves. So pray for us. Pray that those things go through because that would be amazing. Me and Pharaoh had fun on that. Theragene actually, that you hear that trumpet in the background, David? Did you hear that trumpet in the background? Whenever it was like the beat drew out and it was like it was a low point to
Yeah.
the beat. That was actually Theragene doing that with his mouth. He was.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. He blew everybody's mind when he did that. Like we were in the studio, all hanging out, chilling. Everybody got to meet Theragene. And he showed everybody what he could do, and we're like, we need to implement that into a track, and so that's what he did. He came on to Fight Back and just threw that in there. So
Crazy.
yeah, so that just shows you so shout out Theragene, obviously. That was a phenomenal job on all three of our parts for sure. So thank you, Josh, for being on that as well.
Yeah, so he did the overture, like the high end that had like the effect on it in the hook, and he also did the highs on the hook. Mac did the middle tone and the mains on the hook, and then I did the lows, the belly. So that hook is all three of us doing three different tones of the same thing, and then Thera did one over the top of all of it that just had extra flair to be added and accentuating the different things. So that's why I was saying earlier, that's my favorite song where you and Theragene are on, because it just, yeah, it hits really well. And
It's
also
epic.
like,
it's epic.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's a very
Go ahead.
cinematic verse, and it's very dope how like it's called Fight Back, and Mack's doing like, fighting back against the mental struggle and like fighting back and overcoming essentially. And then I'm literally like, all right, he took it to the mental, I'll go physical with it.
Never a light jab.
Let's fight back.
Never a light jab. Lip smash, rib crack, flip flap. Like it's just, it was fun. That was fun. I love that. I love that you brought that because you brought the physical aspect where I brought like the spiritual aspect of the fight back part. So, but no matter what, whoever you are, anybody listens to that song, you're gonna love it. I don't care who you are. You listen to that, there's a part of it you're gonna love. There's so many elements to that one song. So, real quick, so I got one more outro song for us before I play that though, because I really wanted to just send a huge thank you out to you, Josh, for being part of this tonight.
Of course.
One of my best friends out there, not just in the music industry, but also just as a human being. You and I have known each other now going on for 5 years now. That we've been in each other's presence, and we went from just being like we talked before, just acquaintances in the music industry to developing a friendship that pushes past that and just is more of a family thing. And like you never know who in life you're going to encounter that's going to be someone that you're going to cherish as one of your own, that you even put over some family. And so thank you to both of you literally, David, Josh, y'all, everyone in the chat who's been out here, Reed's in here, True who's been in here. Of course, your wife and mine, Josh, are in the chats, and I know Mina's back there listening, David. So we have all the people in the world that we need that we want that are showing us his love and support through this journey. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all of our ladies, and shout out to our future, because what we're doing is more than just music. This is a movement. This movement is here to stay. And so Josh gave his explanation of what his thoughts on Here to Stay was, and now let me tell you, as the founder of what Here to Stay is, what it means to me. As y'all know, I came up in a background where I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I didn't fit in anywhere, and everywhere I tried to put myself, it never felt right ever. Through 30 years, from military to being homeless to from Hawaii, growing up to the mainland, everywhere in between, nothing felt like home until I found the microphone, right? So God, where my beliefs are, obviously, where God gave me my light and where God gave me my purpose, God showed me that in the darkness where I was in addiction, that there was light at the end of that tunnel, and I believed it. And so he said, you've always looked for a home, but you've always had a home. So what my understanding is my home is in the music. So when I say I'm here to stay, that's me saying that this is where I belong. This is my journey. This is my path. And but it's not just closed doors, just me. That means that if you feel what I'm saying, if you hear me, you feel the words that I'm saying, that means that you're home too. Because sometimes home isn't defined by four walls and a roof. Sometimes home ain't defined by a lease that you sign or a title to your house, or a deed. I guess it's not a title, it's a deed. A title's for your car. but you don't. Home is where you make it. You know,
Some people that's a home.
yeah. Some people are a home. Like my lady is my home. My friends are my home. My boys are my home. My kids are my home. My dog is my home. But when I say I'm here to stay, that it's more than just words. It's a movement that helps unite us all together in my own way to make you feel like that if you hear something that me or my boys say in our music that makes you feel like you're understood, then welcome home is the way I like to put it. So
well put.
Any closing remarks for you, Josh? And then I'm gonna play Here to Stay as our outro.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
thank you all for having me on. I appreciate it. Everyone who listened to the songs, voted, did all that. Mac, Dave, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys for having me.
Of course.
It was fun. I had a great time. And honestly, this music that we're about to be giving y'all, like Mac and I's album, Last Poet Society, listen in. There's a song on there for everybody. Like, you'll find something, and hopefully you find all of it as awesome as we think it is, but you'll find something, I promise. The album is awesome. Something me and Mac and Blitz really put a lot into, especially in this second phase of it. Because as Mac always says, it took a long time. It's like 2 years in the making.
2 years, yeah. 2 years.
When really it's like the majority of, we had a
There you
framework,
go.
and then we just really didn't do
In the
anything
last
with the
2 years,
framework.
I could already done.
And then we
2.5
tore everything down and we rebuilt. And in that
Yeah, we
phase,
did,
which
because-
all happened in a pretty short span of time, we made something really special. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to shamelessly plug Video Games That Raised Me, Volume 1. Games That Raised Me, Volume 1. That's dropping this month on the 26th. So
Yep.
be sure to go and check that out. All the songs you heard tonight
Yep,
will be on there, but I'll be dropping one. It'll be uploaded tonight, and then I'm dropping it on the 19th or the 21st. So the
What
21st,
platform
look
you
out for
dropping
Super
that
Godzilla,
album
the
on?
winner of the votes. Thank you guys so fucking much again. Mac, all the love. Thank you for
Shout out
everything
to
you
Super
said.
Godzilla.
I echo it 100%. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You know we're gonna be just continually making dope music. Dave, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's awesome having you on the show. I'm always tuning in, so thanks for having me on. I
see it.
appreciate y'all.
Hey, we'll have you
Of
on
course,
again
of
here very
course.
soon again too. So for our outro song, like Casual talked about earlier on today when we talked about the movement, I sent him some beats. We were working on some music, just random thoughts after Silver Line and after Drown, and we're just really establishing a friendship. And he understood this movement that I created, what it was to me, and so he wrote a hook to it. And this hook, it could not have came out any better. If you need an anthem for your life, I mean, because the movement's an anthem, honestly. The movement, when you listen to this song, it's here to stay. If you haven't heard it yet, if you have heard it, we're gonna play it right now in a second. But this movement, what it stands for is unity, as family, is that we all can, come together as one and understand that in this journey where we all have different paths, we're all heading to the same destination, right? From my understanding. So while we're in this coexistent life form, we should all do our best to just be kind to each other, especially in the days that we're in right now. We should be kinder to each other and be slow to judge, slow to laugh, slow to mock, and quick to listen, quick to understand, and quick to maybe put yourself in someone else's shoes and try to just be empathetic of others. I'm not saying you got to fully just submerge yourself into the homeless population and try to figure out how to get them all clean, because that's not possible, but maybe throw them a little prayer, or if you see someone struggling or whatever the case may be, follow what your heart says, because your heart is not wrong in a lot of those situations. So Here to Stay is a movement, it's a home, it's a family, and if y'all are watching this live right now, you are a part of it, and the door's always open, so welcome home. This is Here to Stay.
And also to embrace your inner confidence.
Yes, sir.
We got Casual Pharaoh
Yes,
here
sir.
too. Let's go. We found our home. We here to stay, baby. Let's get it.
Wow, it just hit me, I'm beginning to feel shifty. Not taking shots in the whiskey, nah, cause you know that's too risky. I'm on a mission with this music that I'm making, taking the chance to bring greatness. I'm a blank canvas, say, you know I've been painted. Always I'm making way when there seems to be no other way. I'm not taking no fake displays, you know this is no charade. Right to be claiming what's mine, there's no room to be debated. My drive when I'm done waiting changes and know this is a change. You know I've come too far to give up or cave in, no amazing. Some nights are like hard awake when I'm sitting there living in so much self-hate. A constant mocking, shaking the cage, you know that I was raising. If I do say so myself, I'm built to breathe for all this greatness, yeah. Here to stay, here to stay, here to stay, yeah. Here to stay, woo. Here to stay, here to stay, woo. Here to stay, yeah. Here to stay. We're here to stay.
fucked up. I just scoff, kill this pup, torch their loft, take their stuff. See them cough, smoke shows love. They just lost, won't blow up. Thought they tough, did too much. I misjudged, they're corrupt. Forced their hand, called their bluff. Catch this quill, cause a fuss. Make demands, make it rough. Plot and plan, scheme and rush. In this band, demon touch. I command, stand with us. Take a stand, here to stay. Can't be stopped, not enough. I'm only sophomore with a dirt nap. Want me gone, better listen up a dirt patch. First lap done, gonna show them where the hurt's at. Stay in the race for the day that I hijack fans ever since I'm arrived. That my demands gonna close on the flip flaps. Hack and slay, I'm a with the best rap. Actually speak words, hurt flows, witchcraft. Casual fair on the big bro, it's Mac. Here to stay in the game with a sick track. Here to stay, should've wait for the next act. This stamina hammers the amateurs, and it'll damage these rappers' capacitors. We're everlasting, at last we're ambassadors. Rapping for passion and purpose, no passing us. We're here to stay.
Before the dawn, fueling his faith, giving away where there never has been one. Running in the street, meaning to my life. Got no shame to say I'm here to stay for life. Made me who I am today, just wait and just listen. Yeah, a purpose-driven life, I deserve the vision. I'm coming, I'm dishing. Take all the hurt and the pain, embrace a new perception. Face the man in the mirror, shifting gears, I'm heading a new direction. I talk about what most don't talk about. Some seem to feel while others seem to laugh and always seem to block it out. Mental health matters more than paper, wealth and pollution. Investing my time, spending long nights, writing the right solution. Wanna know how I know? I'm gonna make it. I raise the bar, tasting the stakes. I'm all in the waiting and running. Yeah, I'm chasing this race will be placing the first place, man. I'm making my home, my music. Surely I'll live on here to stay. That's the statement. Here to stay. Stay as a movement, guys. Check it out. I finally found my home. We got a home for all the outcasts, misfits, misunderstood. Come on, doors open, let's go. We here to stay, baby. We here to stay for life. It's a big bro Mac, Casual Pharaoh, mixed by Blitz.
And that's all we here to stay. That's it.
Here to
it's on
stay.
all streaming platforms.
Yep.
It's off of the No One
That
Saw
was
Me
a fun
Coming
one.
album from 2022. Yes, it was. More to come. Last Poet Society, November 21st. Y'all get ready. If you're in Colorado, last outro words. If you are in Colorado Springs, and you want to come out and see me and my brother Casual Pharaoh come out and show y'all what's up, we're doing our album release party at the Loft on November 8th. That's Old Colorado City. Flyers will be coming here soon. Artists, I think we almost have a max capacity of artists, but if you are an artist that is interested in performing, go ahead and email myself or Casual Pharaoh or Anti-Famous, which we'll go ahead and after this show, we'll comment the email addresses. So you can email us your MP3 or WAV. We can review it. And if we think you got what fits the vibe for the show, we'd love to have you on, because this is not one of the shows where we want to just make money off of your tickets. That's not what this is about. This is about fitting the vibe. We want artists to come out there that are fitting the vibe, that want to come out and bring all they got. Someone that that has true passion and talent and is in this for the right reasons. That's who we want to open for us, because anybody can make music, let's be honest. Anybody can just go out there and blah, say blah at a microphone. We want our openers to be those who bring a fire to their art, someone that brings passion, someone that brings something that means something to them. So if you are interested in opening up and performing, getting that exposure, November 8th, we'll be performing at the Loft at the Last Poet Society album release. Any closing remarks for you, Josh?
I'm just going to say, if you are going to be doing nothing on the day that we're having the concert, it's better than doing nothing for sure. And the tickets are only going to be $10 a piece. We intentionally kept them as low as possible so that everybody can come. It's hard to not spend $10. You look at something and $10 leaps out of your wallet. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're about to experience something truly awesome. It's good. We're doing it before the album drops. So you're going to get a sneak peek of Mac and I performing very passionately these wonderful tracks that we're about to drop. And then afterward, we're going to be having a dope little listening party, things like that, where we're going to play the album. Everybody can chill, vibe out, things like that. And it's going to be great. So take the time out. Decide what you're doing that day, because it should be going to that concert if you're in the Colorado area. If you're not, thanks for tuning in. I understand you're not going to get a plane ticket to come out to a $10 show, but if you did, that'd be super sick, and I'd hook you up with a free shirt. So
And I will be going live also for our concert. Once we do that, I will have a tripod set up. So if you're not able to, like David, if you're stuck too far away, we're gonna go ahead and have a tripod set up for a live for just to be able to watch from home if you want to.
Yep.
But if you are in Colorado, like Josh said, we encourage you to be there. $10 a pop. And if you want to buy through me, BOGO, buy one get one. You want one, you want a second one. Second one's on the house. Bring your neighbor, bring your friend, bring your brother, bring whoever it is you want to bring. We want this place to be packed out because this is going to be an experience you do not want to miss. This is something we've been putting so much work into, and we're excited to finally give it. One thing real quick before I finish this off is that as artists, sometimes releasing songs, it's not hard, but it is a piece of you that you're letting go for the world to hear. So it's a vulnerable thing to do. And so for us to drop this 13-track album on you guys, this is 2 years in the making, but it's also 35 years each of pain and life and overcoming and everything put into a beautiful storyline for you guys to enjoy. And it's gonna be a great time. I promise you that. Like Josh said, we're gonna be giving out free merch. We're gonna be giving out. There's gonna be a listening party afterwards. We'd love to have you guys after the show is over. If you're interested in participating in the listening party, get with us. There's a fee, but it'll be afterwards, after the show's over. Coming, hang out in the green room, and just kind of getting to know us on a better level, and checking out our album and asking us questions about our album, getting some pictures, and then going forward from there. So super excited. We'll keep talking about it every Friday until the day before the show. Maybe on Mack's Mind, whenever we do Mack's Mind the Friday before the show, we'll have Josh with me in person, and we'll be doing this live. So get everyone excited.
And what we'll also do that day, I'll put that up on from my side, but that day we will do a giveaway for anybody who's wanting to go to the show, maybe doesn't have the scratch, but comes and tunes into the show.
Yep.
We'll do a giveaway, and you can win yourself 2 tickets, one for you and a friend, significant other, whoever. Come out, have a wonderful time, and come enjoy. And those tickets will be the premium package tickets, which would normally be $25. That's what we're talking about. It's you pay for your ticket, and then afterwards it's $15 for the basically the green room listening party experience.
Listening party.
We're not trying to gouge anybody or do anything crazy. Most of the time, stuff like that would be exorbitant. We're just really trying to make it something accessible where you can get to know us better as artists and listen to the music on a deeper level and get a better understanding, because you have us right there. If you have questions about something, we're like, man, that line kind of made me think.
Show us your poetry. Show us a song you made. This will be a moment for you, because I live in Phoenix, Arizona. So us driving up whenever me and Miss Mack make our trips up from Arizona, it's a very special time because it's not very often we get to come to Colorado. So when we do, we want to make the best of it. So this would be a great opportunity if you do live in Colorado to come and hang out and to get our to pick at our brains a little bit. If you're an upcoming artist or just a person that just wants to figure out life, and you're like Josh was saying, you hear something in a verse of ours or a line of ours or a hook of ours, and something that they hit home for you, and you want to elaborate what it did for you. You never know how much that could do, not just for you but for us as well, because we're all people at the end of the day. We're all people in this journey, and we all can feed off of each other and only encourage each other to do better. We'll never be too big to remember where we came from and the people that were there from the beginning. So with that being said, David, you got any closing remarks?
Dude, I just want to praise you real quick because I'm proud of you, and seeing from your progression from all of this to where you got your shows and everything, and with your support with Casual. Thank you again for helping him not only build up his craft, but like have support within his piece, his comfort level of drowning out what he's been through his pain. Like you said, bro, that is something very vulnerable to you guys, because it is like giving away a piece of yourself. But like it's where you were at 4 or 5, 6 years ago to where you're at now. Like you've come a long way, bro. So I'm really happy for you.
Thank you, David. That means a lot. And then Josh, as you probably have already heard, me and David have known each other since back in the days where things didn't seem sure, where any day could be our last, where homelessness was real. Like there was a time where me and David, where he he got himself a spot at somebody's place where he was in their garage, and he risked his stay there to let me come in and sleep in there and get some rest while it was blizzard cold in Colorado Springs. He let me come stay in that garage with him too, risking, like I said, his own rental agreement in that garage just so he could have me get out of the cold too. So this dude is really ride or die, truthfully, like through and through. Now he got sober as well, got himself a family, got himself a life and a job and a career, and he's the epitome of what it is to bounce back as well. So huge shout out to you too, David. I mean, we're artists, but you're raising your family, bro. You're out there with your little girls, your boys, and you're taking care of business too. So don't ever sell yourself short that you're not doing great, because you are. You're doing absolutely amazing, and you need to hear that. You are so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Of course.
So, thank you guys. We're actually let's see if we can't just take out 50 more seconds before 3 hours of doing this.
This man over here milking the clock.
No, I was gonna say this sounds like an everyday conversation with me and Casual Pharaoh. Whenever we hop on the phone once in a great while, it's about 3 to 4 hours of conversating before the talk is over.
So all right, I got a question since this Super Smash Brothers thing hit my mind. Like, I've been really thinking about this. Now, would you hit the whole roster, recent roster, or the original roster?
I think we'd end up doing both, but I think we'd certainly start with the original roster and move on.
Yeah, I think it would go from beginning to end. It would start with the original and then end up towards where it is now, I guess.
Yeah.
But we would definitely keep it original. We would definitely keep
Dude,
it.
that would be me. That would be a sick album.
It's gonna be. It will be.
Oh,
yeah,
it will.
We don't.
I can't wait for something like that to come down, because I definitely would jam out to that.
It'll probably be something we start working on here soon. Once all this album is finalized, we'll probably get it.
2026 will probably be that focus. Honestly, when we get to 2026, it'll probably be a focus, because I think there's gonna be 3 of us that have to give our full attention to every song, which Blitz will make, but and then there'll have to be plenty of countless calls, FaceTime, or video chat with me being here in Arizona, video chatting for the sessions for the studio. But I mean, because there's a lot that goes into it whenever you're out of state for doing these things. Luckily, Blitz says I'm one of the best people to work with out of state, because whenever I send him my stems, I label what stem is which, so he knows where to plug them in. He's like, I'd be able to figure it out anyway. But he says Stevie Stone does this typing like DFVBNGPO5678, because some people don't do it right. You know what I mean? That's Stevie Stone too, because Stevie Stone exclusively works with Blitz as his engineer. Our boy's making huge moves out there. Shout out Odyssey Records as well. While we're on this, we'll give that shout out as well. Odyssey Records is A's up always. So here to stay, THC, Odyssey, Mount Olympus Recording Studios, and BKG. This is the family. This is the gang. This is what we're doing. We here to stay, and we'll be seeing you guys next week. Thank you, Josh, for being on. This is Casual Pharaoh. Check him out on all platforms, every single platform. He's on all of them except for SoundCloud, right? I'm not.
There's some old stuff on SoundCloud, but I quit using it because that was during that phase when they were like, we're going to start paying artists, and then they didn't. And then now they do, I guess, but I quit putting music on there like way long time ago.
But I thought the purpose of SoundCloud was because you were not using beats that you owned, so you could promote them there. I don't know. That's why I've never been a SoundCloud.
SoundCloud's got a huge variety of craziness.
You don't need to go look up Casual Pharaoh on SoundCloud. Don't worry about it. Just go check out your basic main platforms like YouTube,
Spotify,
Music,
Apple Music,
Spotify,
Amazon,
Pandora,
like
Amazon,
Pandora. We're on everything, y'all. And anytime you see Casual Pharaoh anywhere, you'll see Mackks somewhere. You see Mackks somewhere. No matter where you're at, you look on my catalog or his catalog, you'll see plenty from each. And we're about to drop a gang more on you guys, so get ready. This year we're closing out with a huge hit, and then from here going forward, I mean, we've been keeping that foot on the gas, but now it's time to really put it into overdrive. So thank you all for tuning in.
That 10th gear, huh?
About time to head out of here now. So hopefully y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe. Be right. Be real. Josh, just so you know, I'm gonna read the word of the day. So if y'all wanna join me, I'm gonna meditate on the word of the day. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't force religion down no one's throat, nor am I a religious man. I'm a spiritual man. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. But I'm just another man who's a sinner who's just trying to make it in life like the rest of y'all. So for September 19th, I believe we're in, right? Am I right? Let me just make sure I'm looking at this right. I want to make sure I'm okay. September 19th. Your challenge is not your challenge. Your challenge is the way you think about your challenge. Your problem is not your problem, it's the way you look at it. I'll say it again. For September 19th, your challenge is not your challenge. Your challenge is the way that you think about your challenge. Your problem is not your problem, it's the way you look at it. There's no Bible verse that goes with that, but let that resonate for what we've been kind of talking about when it comes to allow your
I like that. I hit.
yeah, allow yourself to face challenges as what they are, not what your brain thinks they are. Like, challenges are whatever you make them, and your problems are only problems if you see them that way. Solutions to problems, you are the decider of the solutions to the problems that you encounter in life. And no matter what kind of advice you can get, like when I was an addict on the streets, my solution to my problem was found in the mirror. Same with my challenges. My challenges were not found on the word challenge. It was found in the fact that a challenge was in front of me, and I needed to either do what the military taught me, which was accept the challenge and take it for what it is and face it head on. But you don't always have to face challenges. If it's not meant to be, why would you face it? So your challenge is not your challenge. Your challenge is the way you think about it. And your problem is not your problem. It's the way you look at it. Let that resonate. Let that resonate for the night. Okay? So love y'all. Here to stay is here to stay, as we all know. Shout out Casual Pharaoh. Shout out my boy David D. Monkey. We're going to hop off here. Have a great weekend. All right? Love y'all. Talk to you next week.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
And oh, hold on.